Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Rise of Tiamat. The group ended off in a very precarious situation, so we will get into things here shortly and we'll see how that is resolved. As usual, we'll do a quick recap of last session and get everybody up to speed. So those of you guys in the group will likely remember that last session we started off with you guys in having just left the village of Altand. You had after speaking with the warden in Altand, you had agreed to try to track down this green dragon and its rider and slay the dragon in order to bring peace to this area. There was some discussion about what kind of rewards would that maybe entail, and the warden explained that he would do what he can. Perhaps the elf king of the Misty Forest might be able to aid in that, or perhaps the Emerald Enclave might be able to chip something in and help for your side as well. So you guys ultimately agreed to do so. You eventually took the quite eccentric Zeno along with you, as he seemed to be capable and willing to aid for a price, after it seemed as though he had overheard the group talking to the warden and sort of got the impression perhaps that the group is a little bit more on the mercenary kind of side, perhaps. So after he...
On the murdery side, that's where I thought you were going.
After he got that fee agreement, the 500 gold pieces for assistance, the team set off and started making their way through the Misty Forest. As a reminder, this Misty Forest, its name gets that way because there is this sort of heavy cloud, these vapors that hang everywhere in the area. It makes visibility very challenging in the forest, and you can only really see, reliably like 20 feet in front of you. Everything else is pretty well difficult to see. So the team continued pushing forward, with Zeno leading the way, having used some magic to track down the location of where this dragon might be. Eventually he had to stop and sort of get his bearings and do some checking around of the area, and it was at this time that the group overheard the sound of a woman calling out, an older woman calling out. And again, with this very limited visibility, the team decided to sort of split up but try to stay close together, with a couple team members staying back by Zeno, and then two other team members, which I believe was Rasmus and Spectre, making their way towards the voice of the old woman. As they got closer and the visibility through the mist started giving way as they were closer to this woman, they discovered she was sort of sitting down cross-legged kind of style in between these four large pineapple type plants that seemed to be almost inhaling and exhaling. And as they inhaled, their entire form seemed to get much larger, circular around, almost like they were getting ready to burst type thing. She was able to speak to Rasmus and be very quiet, and she urged him to be very quiet, saying that these things, she tried to motion with her hands, that these things could explode and that would be quite dangerous. So eventually Rasmus, speaking with her and trying to aid her as best he could, was able to move very carefully in between this area and essentially pick her up with the intention of taking her to safety. It turned out, though, based on what the woman explained, that this was all sort of a ruse, as these plant creatures seemed to either be working with her or perhaps directly in league with her, as once she was, air quote, rescued, they kind of moved off on their own, and she was happy and extolling the virtues of Rasmus as being a heroic individual who would come to someone's aid without any kind of guarantee of a benefit for themselves. And for this, she tossed a garland of flowers that sort of magically knitted themselves together around Rasmus. Around this time, Spectre had also revealed herself from hiding, so the woman also threw one of these sort of in a circular fashion, and Spectre chose not to try to dodge it, where it lay very carefully upon Spectre's shoulders, and also formed this same sort of wreath garland. With that, the woman turned into the shape of a flying animal and was out of there very quickly. So this was a very odd encounter, but the team chalked this up as a perhaps beneficial situation. They aided this woman and got these sort of rewards for their efforts. So they returned to the larger group and with Zeno, and it seemed as though Zeno had got his bearings and was ready to push on at this point, so continued moving. Eventually, as moving through the mists and all this, the team came into contact with a bunch of spider-like creatures. So there was, again, moving through the mist, there was these areas where there's clumps of trees, and before too long, the team was actually able to start seeing these long strands of webbing off in the distance. They seemed to be close to some of these trees, and just very, very significant webbing presence, likely giving the indication of an arachnid issue. And that is exactly what occurred, as the team found themselves under attack by several giant spiders, as well as these humanoid creatures that I believe it was Hugo who was able to eventually identify them as ettercaps. They are humanoid arachnid type creatures who frequently work in league with spiders, have poisonous abilities, and web garrots, which we all learned how to pronounce correctly, or at least I did last session. And yeah, the team was able to dispatch those opponents without too much difficulty and continued pushing on. Before too long after that, they found themselves approaching this waterfall. They could hear it off in the distance before they saw it, of course, and they found themselves getting close to this large, well, I won't say large, but medium-sized body of water, a large pool, perhaps, maybe a best way of putting it, and it seemed as though the waterfall was ending here. So the team eyeballed the large pool and started approaching, trying to see what they could discover. Kind of got up alongside of the pool, some of the team anyway, as they were making their way more east towards where the waterfall actually was. During this time, this very large green dragon popped out of the water, and unfortunately only Gale had enough wits about him, or awareness about him, to actually make a beeline out of there. And then the dragon exhaled its breath weapon and hit most of the team, doing some significant poison damage before it flew out of the water and in through the waterfall into the tunnel behind the waterfall. The team saw this, realized they were hurt pretty bad, decided to fall back and take a short rest. Once they did so, they came back a little while later to the same area and started exploring around the waterfall to see if around the entire area, really, to see if there was another entrance to this complex that the dragon had flown into. They eventually did find that there was large pools of water sort of around the south and southeast side of this structure, and Zeno was able to determine that it was very likely that there was an underwater entrance that, if the team wanted to swim for it, could get into this complex from a different direction than the quote-unquote front door. The team ultimately decided this wasn't very good because the folks on the team who wear heavy armor would have quite a bit of challenge swimming underwater at any lengthy distance, and then they wouldn't know exactly where they were popping up once they got there. They wouldn't know what their surroundings were and what kind of danger they might be in right away, and that would make their retreat a bit challenging. So the team ultimately decided to make their way back to the waterfall and eyeballed these sort of wet, slippery-looking rocks that would be an incline to get to the tunnel. They decided, nope, we don't like that idea either. So then they continued moving off to the east and ascended up to the top where the waterfall originated. So where essentially the river turns into a waterfall, that's where they managed to get to. They decided to tie some ropes off and rappel down to be able to get into the tunnel. So Rasmus took the lead on this and got down most of the way. And once he was most of the way down to the open mouth of the tunnel, he could hear some voices speaking inside. And this seemed to maybe surprise him, perhaps, but ultimately he settled down here on the tunnel mouth, noticed these individuals, had only a split second to decide what to do, and eventually he spit this coin out that had the light spell on it so he could actually talk, and found these four elvish individuals. They seemed a bit perplexed of why he was there, maybe a little bit confused, and based on the communication of what Rasmus explained to them, it became very clear to them that Rasmus was not part of this group, and he was in fact some kind of an invader to this area. And this was what they started shouting, help, help, we're under attack, and started making their way away. So Rasmus was able to drop most of the ones in the front here. However, one got away a distance and was shouting, his voice sort of echoing out in the complex here as he made his way down. Ultimately, Rasmus decided to pretty much just jump forward almost like on a slip and slide and try to get down as quickly as he could on this declining area of the rock. He moved to the south as he was sliding down, slammed into the wall, took some damage, and then continued falling down, whereupon he was basically right in the line of this elf that was running and yelling for help, and pretty much just took his legs right out from under him. That elf smacked his head on the ground and was instantly knocked unconscious, but Rasmus then tumbled into the water at the bottom. He eventually pulled himself out, pulled the elf out as well, so the elf didn't drown, but now realized he was in this area sort of all by himself. Shortly later, Gale also decided to take the plunge, diving down, smacking into there, and then he actually came the same exact direction as Rasmus, hit into Rasmus, and the two of them went colliding back into the water, and then just started the efforts of getting themselves out. Gale was able to get himself out while Rasmus is technically still in the water. During this time, Gale started hearing the sounds of arrows being fired in that direction and realizing that maybe things were about to get a little bit nasty. So that is my quick recap of what we all did last week, guys. Did I miss anything important that anybody would like to add?
Yeah, before we rappelled down SWAT style, all of us took antitoxins. So write that down in your notes.
Yes, good addition. Go ahead and give yourself inspiration there, Gale. The whole team decided to take one of their antitoxins, which I believe lasts 1 hour.
Yep. Just remember, it's not inspiration worthy either, but Harmony handed everybody a chunk of good berries, so just make sure you guys got those on your sheet and you remember they're worth 4 hit points.
Yes, good reminder for the team. Is there anything else anybody would like to add?
Just that the elves didn't seem to be able to speak common, or didn't speak common. They only spoke Elvish.
Okay, interesting side note. Yeah, okay, we'll say that's inspiration. Go ahead and take inspiration for that, Hugo. Yes, they did primarily seem to be speaking in Elvish. Okay, so with that out of the way, team, we will go ahead and bring everybody back over to the map that we are on, and we will pick up where we left off.
Hey, just a reminder, if something's in my belt, it's a bonus action to drink.
Nope, it just means...
Bonus action to retrieve.
Sorry.
Nope, it's just easy to get to it. So you don't have to use a bonus action to retrieve it from your belt. Most things require an action to use, but it means that it's within easy reach. It also means that if somebody intentionally wants to aim for it and try to shatter it, for example, if it's a glass bottle kind of thing, they can do that. However, if it's in your backpack, it's essentially safer, but it requires a whole extra action just to retrieve it from your backpack, and then another action to actually drink it. So having it on your belt makes it a little bit easier for you to drink it in one turn, but you can only have 2 on your belt at any one time.
Roger that.
Okay, so the important issue we will start with here is Kurtu. So Kurtu, you have been a bit behind your team as they made their way forward, and you and Harmony sort of hung back and decided to do maybe some more questioning in Althand, get a bit more details out of the way. Eventually decided to start making your way in this direction, seeing if you could track the team down to rejoin them and aid them in this mission to destroy this dragon. As you're doing so, you do eventually find, though it takes quite a bit of time, that there are some marked trees with an R seemingly etched in them. Very rough etchings. Didn't seem like it took a whole lot of time to do it, but enough that gives you some kind of a bearing, perhaps. So what I'm going to say here, Kurtu, is roll me a 1d6, and this is going to represent the number of rounds it is going to take you to get to where you currently are on the map. Once you roll that number, then I will say you can make 2 skill checks of your choice. Has to use 2 different skills, though. Just describe how that is aiding you in getting here perhaps a little quicker. DC will be 15. If you hit that, we will reduce whatever you rolled on that D6 by 1. Okay, so it will take you 5 rounds to get here, and then just pick 2 skills of your choice. You can make these publicly. And like I say, just a brief example of how the skill is going to help you move or traverse through the Misty Forest and get here.
All right, so the first I'm going to do is perception. I am going to look for the best paths as I'm moving forward.
Perfect. That definitely works. Okay, unfortunately, not enough there, so we won't subtract 1 on that. And how about a second chance?
All right, deception. I'm going to deceive the DM to make him believe that that was actually a 15 or above.
Oh, come on now. There's no cosmic deception.
All right. Okay, I am going to use Adam, you have to let me know if I can go with this one here, but I'm going to use persuasion in case I found any other people in the area who can point me in the right direction.
I think that's reasonable. You might have run into somebody, perhaps an old druid woman in the forest, maybe, but yeah, we could go with that. Unfortunately, your rolls hold true to form, and it will take you the full 5 rounds to get there, Kurtu.
You know, it's funny, I did roll out of 1d6. I mean, 5 was pretty high.
I thought so, too, right? It just not in your favor in that time, so...
I would like to point out that there was a lack of leadership in the last week. I listened to the campaign, and it was kind of sad.
I think we all felt it. Yeah, we all felt it for sure.
Just throwing it out there.
We're going to see if Spectre can live this one down. We saw that one as well. All
well,
right.
If I don't, I'm dead anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Very true. Okay, so team, we will pick up where we left off, and Kurtu, we will get you in within those 5 rounds, and hopefully that will go by kind of quickly, but to be honest, these rounds might be a little bit long, so just bear with us as we get you in.
Understood. And for, if I can, Gail, you may not have seen what I put on the YouTube channel, but I did, predict Gail has to make 15 defensive rolls at the first.
Oh, we have a comment. We have a fan.
All right, and obviously, Kurtu, if there's anything you think of, like ability use-wise, that might get you here quicker, that you're willing to burn a resource or something like that, I don't know, like fly spell or something along those lines, let me know. We'll keep that in mind. But other than that,
throwing you a bone.
Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. So, okay, first things first. And again, folks, just bear with me. As you can imagine, there's a bit more than your typical stuff going on right now, so there might be a little bit more delay between turns.
Hey, Adam, can I ask, I don't know if it's just me, but I noticed red arrows on the map.
Yes.
Is that like a direction for how we slid or something?
It is indeed. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So, yeah, let me point that out just real quick. So, the basic idea here was that I wanted to make sure it was clear to you all how this worked. So the square, this shows you where it goes from more flat to the descent really significantly starts. If you go straight down, basically you're going to follow the path of this arrow. You're going to slide down, slam into this wall, and then continue sliding off to your east, wherein you will continue sliding additionally further to your southeast. So this essentially maps like the progression Rasmus and Gale both took, but it's to give you an idea of exactly how this works. The other square that you'll see more towards the bottom, this represents where it gets flat once again. So as you're falling, once you're already falling, obviously you've built up speed, so you wouldn't just stop instantly, you would keep going. But if you're walking around in this area before the square, there's no issues with speed or difficult terrain or anything like that. But once you pass that square, then again, that's a significant ascent, and that would be, once again, you got to move carefully, otherwise you run the risk of sliding. Hopefully that makes sense, everybody. If not, feel free to ask a question when it comes relevant. All right, so let's see. The next thing. Gale, the first of those many arrows flies your way, and I will need a defense roll at disadvantage.
Because I'm prone? Or no, why?
Because you cannot see your attacker.
Oh. Great. All right. How many hero points do I have? It's only for one attack, so I'm done anyway. All right, here they come. Inspiration. No, I'm not going to burn it. Let's get hit.
Okay, here it comes. Almost here it comes. All right, now here it comes. Okay, that'll be 8 points of piercing damage as an arrow stabs right into your shoulder area here.
They're shooting at me! Rasmus, get out water!
All right, Zeno continues climbing down, makes his way to the tunnel mouth itself, steps in. You see him kind of turn, and he looks at the Selvish woman, and looks at all of you. Ah, who's she?
Who said that? I can't see anything. I just have a candle.
Oh, right, you are in darkness, of course.
Yeah, I have a candle. I have a candle out.
You have a candle out, of course, yes. I would say you call that out, but you probably recognize the voice of Zeno probably pretty clearly. So, okay, so moving back this way, Gale, another defense roll at disadvantage, please. Yes, this one you do manage to evade. Another one still. This one you also evade. All right. And Gale, another one still. You evade that one as well.
What a hero.
Gale,
They're down here!
you hear the sound of heavy breathing and grunting and the smell of just like stale, stinky BO flesh as the sound comes from your west.
Oh, good. There's now a beastie down here!
We have normal cardinal directions right now, right, Adam?
You do indeed. As you're looking in that direction,
Did anyone else?
Yeah,
oh,
he
sorry
cut
about
out.
that. Sorry about that. So as you're looking to your west there, you hear the sound as it's getting closer. Your eyes get locked onto this creature as it's making its way through this tunnel. As it kind of gets into your general view, you notice a large two-headed humanoid with an array of large tusks, both of these heads attached to a single body, and you see a large club-like weapon being dragged behind it. All right, then we move to Spectre.
All right. I hear. Do I hear the shouting, or is the waterfall drowning it out?
Yeah, I would say you're not hearing much, to be honest.
Okay. Well, the boys just fucking full sent it, so I am not gonna do that because I'm much squishier than them. But I will start following. When we watched the elf run away, did he take like a certain path through here, or was he just?
So on his first turn,
booking it.
he booked it, and he was balanced enough that he did not fall. On his second round, once he realized nobody was right behind him, he took it slow and didn't seem to have much trouble getting his way down, but at a slower pace.
Okay, so mechanically he was moving at half speed and didn't have to.
He was moving at half speed, and he was making his check at advantage at that point.
Okay. Then I will do the same until I get. Well, I'll move full speed until I get there. So 5, 10, and I'm thinking I should hug this wall because if a dragon pops out, it might give me some cover from its breath. So,
Okay.
yeah, this. So to clarify, this box is where the descent starts, or is it the line after the box?
It's the line just after it.
Okay. So 15, and then I will move at half speed, going down. So 25. Do you want me to make the check now? Because I'm just planning to.
Yeah, yep, go ahead and throw me a blind check. And yeah, so this will be at advantage since you're moving half speed.
Blind check. Can I maybe hero point it? I feel like
You
falling is
certainly
a very bad idea. So I will do that as soon as my character sheet loads. There it goes.
Okay, we will add 2 to this, and I will just take whichever one's higher, but it technically is an acrobatics or athletics check.
They're pretty close together.
Okay, yes, you do not have any problems falling this round as you're moving at half speed and able to continue doing so.
Okay, 35. And then I will cutting action dash, so I have up to 80, 45, 55, 65. Can I skirt this corner, or do I have to go all the way around?
You would have to go around.
Okay. 75. I cannot see anything. It's dark in the cave, right? Except for the light that Rasmus is giving off?
Correct.
Okay. Then I think I will use my action to dash as well. So we'll call it... That 5 feet of movement's not going to matter. So 10, 20, 30, 40. I still can't see shit. Fantastic. That's it.
Okay, Gale, you know it, you love it. Defense roll at disadvantage.
Yes.
You managed to evade this one as well. And one more time.
It'll be 2 more times, right?
You evade that one as well. So the rest of you nearby, primarily you, Rasmus, you're just hearing the sounds of arrows plinking on the ground all around Gale as they maybe hit the ground nearby him or actually hit into him, but not enough to puncture through his armor and just kind of clatter off to the side at that point.
Yeah, I imagine Rasmus, when he got knocked out on his back down the hill into the water, he's kind of like half backwards floating, and every time he like bobs back above the water, he sees Gale deflect an arrow.
My shield.
Okay, this one is currently unconscious, so we'll skip that one. Before Rasmus's turn then, Gale, you'll hear the sound of more movement through the tunnel. The tunnel to your west. And then we get to Rasmus's turn.
Okay. Adam, this center area, is it like a sloped hill? Or is it like an island?
It's like an island, but there's only a small ridge of the island that is actually kind of flat, and then it immediately goes into a very tall chunk of rock that seems to go all the way to the ceiling.
Okay. Is that outer rim accessible to like walk on, or is it tight
It
quarter?
is, but it's tight, so think of it as like squeezing if you're trying to keep on that and kind of sidle around it.
I see. But this is for normal feet, but with hooves, it's perfect size.
If you were Satyr Goat sub-race, I might allow it.
I didn't go that route, unfortunately. Okay, so, Adam, I would like to, passively determine, as I saw Gale deflecting these arrows, can I differentiate? Were they all coming from the same direction or different directions?
I would say you have a general sense that they're coming from the south.
Okay. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to run over this way. And, okay. So that was 10, right, to get out of the water? 10.
Yes.
35. Okay, so Rasmus is going to move to right here, and he is going to use bonus action Rage. And, as he's moving closer, he, spits the coin into the air, and he, yells really loud, and then he grabs the coin out of the air, and he's holding it in his clenched fist as he's rushing towards this Etten in front of him. And right when he gets back close to him, he puts it back in his mouth, and he's going to throw a massive punch as he leaps up. He's going to try to punch both of the giants in the face.
Okay.
So one, in the air, he's going to punch one and then punch the other one. So I'll make both of my strikes now.
Yes, that one will connect. Wound the creature.
Key point, I'm going to, I guess, hang on, there's my rage. And then for key point, I'm going to strike it for a stun, Adam.
Okay.
15, con.
15 con. It is not stunned.
All right, second strike, other face.
That will also hit.
damage. One more key point for another stun strike. Hoping to stun this dude in the tunnel and hold him. Nah, 12 less.
Fortunately not.
Okie dokie. So, movement, action, bonus action, good to go. Adam, what the heck is that?
As you glance at that, it looks to be some kind of an altar, like some kind of a religious type of thing, but it's hard to make out the details in the heat of battle.
Yeah. Cool. That's my turn.
Rasmus, I will need you to make a defense roll as one of these arrows now flies towards you. Defense roll at disadvantage.
Okay, here we go.
You also managed to evade this. The sound of footsteps seems to be echoing in this area. It's hard to pinpoint precisely where they're coming from. And then we move to Hugo's turn.
Okay. I hate to do it to you, Rasmus, but he was like, I really can't see anything. I hope light a torch or something. And he doesn't have torches, so he's just gonna cast light on his own shield.
Okay, so you cast light, and then the light on Rasmus's coin goes out.
Yeah. Sorry. And so seeing the tunnel ahead now, just gonna move up and try to go, I guess, carefully so he doesn't fall.
Okay, so half speed is after you pass that red block, you're gonna start moving at half speed. So was that 10 so far?
Yeah, so far 10, so I get 2 more squares, right?
Yep, so you can do 15, then 25, and then you say you're moving at half speed, so that will be a check at advantage. So go ahead and throw me a blind check, and I will take, again, whichever is your better of acrobatics or athletics to see if you maintain your feet.
Don't fall.
So at advantage, you just barely resist falling on this slippery rock.
Okay. And I guess not seeing... Oh, I guess light's in action, huh? So...
It is, yep.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn. I don't really have a bonus action.
Okay. Okay. This one is unconscious, so we'll move past. Rasmus, another defense roll at disadvantage. Or actually, I'm sorry, hang on. Let me double check now that your light is out.
If my light is out, I assume it's even worse. It's just an auto crit.
So,
Well,
you
they were
can't
using the light
see.
to see you.
Right, so I had to double check. Unfortunately, this person, based on the distance, can still see you using dark vision. You cannot see them, so it's still as before. Defense roll at disadvantage. Okay.
Ooh.
That will be a crit against you. Go ahead and give me a piercing crit. That
Oops,
looks
sorry,
like
I
a
went fumble.
Yep, no
Yeah,
worries.
my bad.
Oof.
Oh, that is a rough one. Okay.
Phew. Well, I mean, I'm raging, so it'd just be normal damage.
Well, the major injury is the one that's going to be the most interesting.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll that for yourself. Okay, so you will only take 3 points of damage, but that is going to cripple one of your arms. Okay, so
You pick at him.
roll a d4, and we'll say odds are left and evens are right. Okay, so your right arm is crippled. That arm cannot be used to hold an item, and any ability check requiring that arm automatically fails. So, if you're using just a one-handed weapon, you're going to be okay. As a monk, right, you can still use headbutts and kicks and all that, so I don't think this will be too impactful. But if for some reason you have to use your left arm here for some reason, it's not going to work.
Gotcha. Yeah, from falling off a cliff or something. Yeah, I see. I
Right.
got it. I'm on it.
You got it. All right. More footsteps echoing out in the area. This one is unconscious. The one up behind you, Hugo, you hear speaking in Elvish to Zeno, and do you speak Elvish, Hugo?
I thought
No.
we made them all unconscious. Did we not?
Let me double check. I thought this one you guys... No, actually, I do have the Z's on her. I just didn't reduce her HP, so yeah, she is unconscious as well. Good call out there, Spectre. Go and give yourself inspiration if you don't already have it.
Already have it. I will give it to someone who needs it.
There you go.
I would like to use my inspiration to get Kurtu here in halftime.
Well, I think he kind of already got a little plan for that, so I think you're good.
Anybody need inspiration? Rasmus needs inspiration. I give Rasmus inspiration.
With one arm in it down here. Thank you.
More footsteps echoing throughout this area. Rasmus, defense roll at disadvantage. This one will also strike you. That'll be 2 cut down to 1 point of damage.
Thank you, Rage.
Alright, now apologies. This turn might take just a moment.
Uh-oh.
He's got to reload all the bows.
He's looking at his spell list.
Yes, you
Deciding
are
how to
correct
fuck us.
there, Spectre.
She used all her spells on their last outing. They haven't had a chance to long rest yet. It's only cantrips, sorry.
Unfortunately not. But, yeah, so we're going to go with this one. I think this makes the most sense. So, 20-foot radius. Yeah, so they are going to place this spell so that it hits both Gale and Rasmus and nobody else. So Gale and Rasmus, you hear the sound of incanting words to your south. And when that occurs, suddenly a storm of ice collapses down on the two of you, smacking into you all. I will need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay, I assume I don't get evasion or anything because I can't see it, right?
Post evasion, if it says you have to be able to see the person, then correct. I don't know if it does or not.
Yeah, I've got 2. Let's do both of them for you. I've got the...
I think Danger Sense says you have to see it, if I remember.
There's Danger Sense and Evasion.
Nothing about having to see it on evasion.
Right, so evasion I think works. Danger Sense does not.
Got it. Cool.
Okay, so you succeed with evasion. Okay, so you will take, just one moment there, Gale, so you will take no damage, Rasmus. However, the area around you, and partially around Gale as well, is going to be covered with these chunks of ice and rock, and I will highlight this area. It will be difficult terrain. So, yeah, Gale, going to you. It looks like you failed.
Yeah, inspiration on that.
Okay.
Wow.
Whew.
What I'm rolling, a 2, a 3, a 7,
not
a
very
2,
good.
and a 1.
So you are going to take full damage from that, so just one moment.
So with Shield Master, it says, if I take a dex saving throw, take half damage, use reaction. Okay, so it says nothing if I fail.
Yeah, I think Shield Master is if you succeed, you can make it no damage instead of half, kind of like evasion.
Yeah. Was worth inspiration for, but my god.
Okay, so that area there, highlighted in blue, is the area that is currently covered by these chunks of ice and is considered difficult terrain. All right, Gale, you are going to take, and I will even go ahead and let you roll this for yourself, 2d8 bludgeoning and 4d6 cold. So feel free to roll that up and apply that damage to you.
There's the first one.
Okay.
What a sadist. He's making you
I know. I was like, 2d8 and what? 2d8.
The other one is, I believe it's 4d6 cold. Okay, so a total of 29 points of damage from the bludgeoning of the ice chunks and the intense cold here.
Brr.
Okay, Rasmus, another defense roll at disadvantage. Yes, you will indeed be struck. That'll be 7 cut down to 3. Alright, and then we get to Gale's turn.
Great. Well, now, do I have a secure footing if I'm in difficult terrain to fight, or you rule that I'll be slipping and everything?
Because this is flat ground, there might be like a little bit of slipping, but mechanically you're not going to fall or anything like that.
Okay, well, my buddy is in trouble still, so I will... Boink!
Alright, you face up 30 feet. Okay.
Boom. Okay, now, for
now
my...
that you are right there, Gale, I just want to reveal some more stuff that you have visibility on now. You notice that this hallway is kind of crowded.
I do, and I noticed a very militarily fashioned array of archers to myself.
You do indeed.
I will yell that, we need fireball down here to the south!
If only we knew somebody who knew that spell.
Like
You
2
go.
of them! Okay, so then, now, question. I get 2 attacks, so can I do 1 attack and 1 drink the potion from my belt?
No, unfortunately not. So extra attack only comes into effect when you take the attack action. So if you drink a potion, it's a completely separate use an item action.
Great.
Oh god, Baldur's Gate 3 is fucking with my brain. I was about to
So-
say it's a bonus action.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we have 3 of these to fight. Rasmus, get ready. What's wrong with your arm?
I don't know. It's okay though.
Think
I'm
Eric's
just gonna
getting out of
headbutt
it.
these guys.
Imagine it's hanging there like a noodle.
Okay.
An arrow all the way through it. What's wrong with your arm?
Yeah, like he turns his hand around. There's an arrow completely through the middle of his hand.
All right, this first one, I'm going to try to attack my first attack here. Where's my stuff?
Yes, the blade carves into this large creature. Go ahead and post damage. And you menacing attack it with a 20. I'm quite certain that is going to do the trick. Indeed, yes. It is now going to be frightened. Go ahead and post your damage. And then click on the damage for the menacing attack. I believe we have that set for you as well.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So I see 23 points of damage.
Great. Now I must do it again. And I'm going to hero point this one.
Okay. Yes, you carve into the creature once again. For 14 more damage. It is looking badly hurt.
Okay, so then well, I'd like him there because he's in combat, so they can't go past him. So keep him kind of alive, Rasmus. We wait for reinforcements.
Okay.
I don't want to clear the tunnel, right? Okay, action. I think I'm just gonna stand tall here. This kind of sucks. Reaction. Nothing to react to. Okay, hurry up! We're down here.
Okay. Gale, defense roll at disadvantage.
That'll hurt. Can I use my react? Yeah, that'll hurt.
Would you like to use your reaction? I think you just use No. Would you like to use your reaction?
Yeah, but I have to do it. I have to say it before I roll the dice. So go ahead.
Okay.
Use a
this
hero.
does not hit you. So
Oh,
no worries at all. All right, we move to the top of the round. Okay, so at the top of the round, Super Kurtu is flying in at top speed. We'll go ahead and add Kurtu into the initiative in round 2 now.
It's like when R2D2 is on the back of an X-Wing.
So Kurtu, once it gets to your turn, we are going to say you are where you are. I'm going to go ahead and throw some wings on you since you are currently flying and concentration.
I have never been so happy to see this fucking kobold.
Oh, I used to have a good wing icon. I don't even see it now. I guess I'll have to use one of the old wing icons. There we go. Do that one. Okay, and then let's see. All right. Okay, this guy's turn.
Hey, Adam, because the ice is magical, is it glowing faintly so you can see in there? Or
Not really, no. However, those of you somewhat close by will notice as a torch is suddenly sparked up by a individual in this area. Okay, and let's see. Gale, defense roll at disadvantage. Yes, once again, evading the arrows falling down upon you. Okay, Hugo, you will notice Zeno comes on in, gets to here, and he does just like you. He starts moving slow. He will be able to get to approximately there, assuming he can make his checks.
They need us up ahead. Quickly.
He does not. So as he steps down, even trying to do this very carefully and cautiously, he slips, goes head forward, slams into this way, gets wounded, comes this way, and makes his way down towards the water. I'm going to say there randomly.
That's the spirit. Go, Zeno.
And he is taking a bit of damage there. All right, Kurtu's turn.
All right, Adam, I'm just going to keep on.
So let me give you an idea of what you see at the moment, because it's all going to be kind of new to you. So you see this big pool in front of you, and you can hear the sound of a waterfall directly to your southeast. Your fly speed is 60 feet. I'm assuming you're in air, so you don't have to worry about the ground, anything like that.
Do I see any lights from there? Because there was light lit.
No, you do not. There is a teeny tiny candle, but I don't think you can see it from where you're at.
He might be able to see the rope, maybe, that we used to get down.
There's no light on that at the moment, so let me just double check. Dark vision.
Isn't it like the middle of the day?
Yeah, true. So outside is not dark. Good call. So yes, I will say, right. So I can't do dark inside and not dark outside. So basically this whole area is lit up. So let me do this. Let me throw a quick light source there for you to give you an idea of what you see. So that's essentially what you see there, Kurtu.
Okay, and so Okay, that was a pretty bright light there. So it took away all that darkness. Yeah.
So you're out in the daylight right now, as Spectre rightly pointed out. So yes, you can see everything clearly outside. It's not until you would get inside that it's going to be dark. So yes, this is what you can see.
Okay, but just to confirm, I don't want to metagame too much, but I can't see these elves and everything laying on the ground, right?
You cannot. Technically, what you can see is a line coming down from up here, like a rope line, that's kind of probably dangling just in a little bit of wind like this. And you can see all of this water crashing down over here. From where you're at, you wouldn't necessarily see that there is a quote-unquote behind the waterfall, but yes, you can definitely see the rope hanging down.
Okay, where's the rope hanging down, please?
Broadcast to others. Here we go. It's like right here.
Okay, I'm just going to go straight towards the tip of the rope.
Okay, sure. So feel free to move yourself over there. Measuring your squares, you'd be able to move 12 squares or 60 feet with an action, or with your movement.
Yeah, the measuring changed, I think.
Yeah, they recently. Here you go. So you would be able to get to like here-ish?
Yeah, and I'll wind up dash action to it, you know.
Okay, yep. So if you want to, yeah, so you could put yourself like here, for example. That would be a move and a dash for 95 feet. And then you would now be able to see that there is this sort of behind the waterfall. You would have, let's see, 25 feet left, technically. So you could get to there if you wish.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would see Hugo there, right?
You would. Now, I'm going to remove the outside light just because that really shouldn't be in effect inside. So I'm going to do that, and this is what you can still see now.
Hugo, I found you. Are all the others dead now?
Got to. Where did you come from?
Well, that's a long story. I mean, I'm a far traveler, so, you know, I mean...
Oh, no, they need us.
Sorry.
They need us ahead. It's slippery right here, though. Careful.
You took my dash action. That's going to end my turn. Let me figure out where that button is. I don't remember anymore.
Okay. Thank you, Adam, for helping me figure all that out.
Yes.
Theory of
no
the mind, you
worries.
know.
All right, so yeah, you are where you are. Let's see. Gale, another defense roll at disadvantage. This one will manage to strike you, Gale, for 8 points of piercing. Gale, yet another defense roll at disadvantage. That one you will evade. The sound of echoing footsteps gets louder. Gale, another defense roll at disadvantage. That will be a critical hit against you, Gale. Go ahead and throw a piercing crit.
Has adamantine armor, doesn't it?
Yeah, that
Does
doesn't
he?
count. Just looking for my button.
So I'm sorry, that's accurate. You have adamantine.
Yeah,
armor?
adamantine splint armor, yes.
Okay,
No
so then
crit.
it's not a crit, so we'll just roll damage. So that is 8 points of piercing damage. Okay, so this one in the front, he is frightened. But what he is going to do here is he is going to attempt an overrun. So actually, frightened, you're right in front of him. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to get closer to you, so I'm going to say no. So he's, yeah, I think he's just going to try to push you back, Gale. So give me your choice of an athletics or acrobatics check.
Is this a disadvantage because he's afraid of me?
I believe that only applies to attack rolls, so I don't think so, but I will double check.
He's afraid of me, like, get away!
Yeah, kind of, right?
Well, then it should be a disadvantage because he's not fully committed in his mind.
He has his
So
eyes
as a-
closed when he's pushing.
A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, so yeah, this is an ability check, so yes, this will be, so your check will be at advantage, essentially. So make your choice of athletics or acrobatics. Okay, so he tries to shove you backwards, is unable to do so. He will then try to do the same to Rasmus. So Rasmus, give me athletics or acrobatics, your choice, at advantage. Yes, he will also not be able to shove you back. Remind me, the menacing, when does the frightened fall off?
Let me read it again. I think it's probably the end of my next turn. Going down menacing. On failed save, is frightened to the end of my next turn.
Okay, your next turn. Got it. Okay.
Which is at the very end if you're paying attention.
Yeah, which is
I rolled a
54
1.
No.
All right, we move to Spectre then, who's currently making her slow, careful descent down.
Am I able to see these guys?
If you can see them
from
on
where I
your
am?
map, you can see
Okay.
them.
Well, I see that I am threading the needle between the two light sources here, so if I am in darkness, do I have an angle on the guy with the torch who is now public enemy number 1 for good old Spectre here? It looks like I do. It's not clipping the wall or anything.
So, yes, I would say you do.
Alright, well, I am going to get this rolling. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on that asshole.
Okay.
Click it to burn the spell slot. And now I'm going to make 2 shots at him, presumably both at advantage if I am an unseen attacker.
You are.
So here comes those. This is 1
Yes, that will hit.
or
And
14.
That will do enough damage to kill that one.
Awesome. What happens to this torch? Does it roll into the water?
Yeah, it rolls in water.
It kind of lands where he lands, right? He just dies and drops to the ground holding on to it, I imagine. So it doesn't roll yet, but it could be easily kicked into the water.
Interesting. I'm not going down there, though. So I'm going to shoot the other guy then.
Okay.
And like so.
Yes, that will hit as well.
So 9 to him.
And he will be wounded by your shot.
Okay. I don't want to move because I don't want to risk slipping and falling. So I'm gonna chill here.
Okay. Let's see, Gale, another defense roll at disadvantage. This one will manage to connect against you, Gale. That'll be for 9 points piercing damage. Yet another shot against you, Gale. Defense roll disadvantage. That one you managed to evade. Okay. More sounds of footsteps. This guy is unconscious. All right, you hear pushing, shoving from behind, grunting. Gale or Rasmus, do either of you happen to speak giant?
Not here.
Wait a minute.
I think I saw this in Act 1.
Nope.
All right, you hear some guttural speech in giant, but you're not sure what it is as we move to Rasmus's turn.
Okay. Adam, could you remind me the blue square there? You said it was icy? Is that what you said?
It is difficult terrain.
Okay. Let me... Ooh, okay. So, seeing those cultists come behind me, like I look over my shoulder and I see one of them get like pierced right through the throat by Spectre, and I was like, okay, they're coming that way. So, my right arm is bad, so usually that's the hand that I wield my sword in. So with my left hand, I reach into the sheath on the side of my waist. I never draw the blade after Spectre gave it to me, but now I, with like a backwards grip, slide the Rapier of Gloom out of my sheath, and I'm going to use the bonus action to use the command word. My command word is not corny, it's just on fire. And boom.
Okay, the area is bathed in dim light.
Perfect. Okay.
And
I
did you
kinda like-
have your axe in one of your hands?
No, I was just remember my first attack. I just took two punches and raged, so
Okay.
no axes.
All right, gotcha.
All right, and looking over at this platform over here, Adam, can I see how high it is?
You can. Yep, let me give you that. So that area in the southwest is 25 feet above ground level.
Gotcha. Perfect. Thank you very much. So with that skinny, thin blade pulled backwards, he's just going to go pull himself all the way back and try to stab this Etten right in the middle of his chest. So, Rapier of Gloom attack. I see you built this in for me a long time ago, so thank you, Adam.
Sure thing. Yes, that will indeed connect. Wounding the creature.
Perfect. And then I'm going to, with the sword still in his chest, I'm going to take my head and just headbutt the sword a little deeper. There's a flavor from my ram.
Yes, that will hit. Yeah, it wounds the creature a bit more. He is looking near death.
Perfect. And then, like, as I pull my head back, I draw the sword back out and I look at Gale and was like, "You've got this, right?"
Yes, there's 2 more, but don't worry,
Okay. And then I
He
will
says
bonus.
this as you notice Gale has like 14 arrows sticking out of different directions of him at the moment.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
All right. I am bonus action, Step of the Wind for disengage.
I believe you use bonus action to the light on the gloom sword.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That's right. So that's just the 2 attacks, and that's the end of my turn. I'll take care of it next turn.
I thought you were going. You were staying. Oh, thank you, friend.
I need another. Just a second.
Fucked up my action economy and now I don't know what to do.
Gale, you'll never believe it, but defense roll at disadvantage, please.
Oof.
This one does.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Can he see his attacker now?
He cannot. So that one will manage to hit you there, Gale, for 7 points of damage.
Everything's fine.
Don't worry, fucking Xeno's got the heal spell. You'll be okay.
Yeah, our primary healer is out picking daisies and stuff. Couldn't believe it. I couldn't pull her away.
Let's hope the ones behind us don't have fireball, Rasmus.
Oh, that's a big boy.
Okay, so from where you're looking there, guys, you notice the Etten at the back of the line between the 2 Ettins in the front. This is clearly a female Etten, and you notice she has this really elaborate looking belt currently slung around her body as a sash. But you can't, your eyes drawn to this, like it's clearly something really nice, or interesting at least. But she also is speaking in Giant and trying to push through. Okay, move to Hugo.
Okay, Hugo is going to cast Expeditious Retreat on himself.
Okay, bonus action, go ahead and burn that.
Retreat is not exactly what your partners want to hear right now.
Expeditious Advance, maybe?
Yeah, there you go.
I look at Gale and was like, "Did Hugo just say he's retreating?"
I don't know what's happening. Everything's fine.
So as bonus action, you can dash. So he's just gonna dash, but carefully. He's not trying to fall
Carefully
still.
running full
Carefully
tilt.
dashing, sure. So you're moving at half speed. Once again, another blind check. And let's go ahead and start moving after you make that check. Yes, you're able to move carefully at half speed without any risk of falling. So 30 feet, that looks like a move and a dash so far, right?
Yep. So I guess I can see it. Doesn't look like there's a wall in between here. It's just darkness, right?
Correct. You can see what you can see. There should be a light source down there, and if it's lit up, that means you can see it.
Okay. So I guess I still have an action, but I can't cast a spell. Damn.
You can't cast a leveled spell, correct?
That's true. But I can cast Toll the Dead on this guy.
You can, yep. So I believe that's a 60-foot range, and you got it. All right, go ahead and post that and a spell effect roll. Yes, that will affect him. He's wounded. He'll take the 15, and you see his body turns into a rotten husk of necrotic energy as he drops to the ground.
And then I say, we're killing them, right?
Yeah.
All right. Got an action surge.
Okay, go ahead and burn that.
And then good old fireball.
So unfortunately,
Firebolt,
because this is
yeah.
the same round, I believe that the rule on the bonus action still applies. You would not be able to action surge fireball.
Yeah, you can action surge 2 action spells, but not a bonus action and an action spell. It's weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you wish to
okay.
not burn the action surge, then Hugo, you can feel free to take that back.
Yeah, I guess I would take it back if I can't do fireball.
Correct. Yep. Since you've already used a bonus action spell this round, you would only be able to do cantrips.
Gotcha. Okay. If you don't mind, I'll take the
Absolutely,
action surge
yeah,
back
feel
then.
Figure never left the rook.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okie doke. So then next, more echoing feet. That one was unconscious, so this one's turn. And Gale, defense roll at disadvantage.
I saw him. He moved back.
He did indeed, to get into the darkness where you can't see him. And that one will miss you.
They're cheating over here, Rasmus.
It was a little metagamey.
Oh, that would be called good tactics if you guys did it. Come on.
Yeah, I was about to say, these are elven
Yeah.
archers. I'm sure they know to attack from unseen positions.
All right, more feet movement. That one is unconscious.
I just want to say, I know Adam's got a lot going on, but in all of the 4 campaigns I played with Adam, this might be the largest initiative tracker I've ever seen.
It is pretty significant, yes.
I think
That's
when
okay.
Adam designed this, he was like, yeah, they're going to go in, they're going to sneak their way through. He wasn't expecting the whole slip and slide.
Yeah,
What do you-
you're pretty much on the mark there.
What he really wasn't expecting is you to land and immediately say, hey, we're here to kill the dragon.
Look, guys, I was half a
unknown.
bottle of wine deep last week, all right? Sorry.
It's not going to be your fault if we die.
I was saying-
but
When I was listening to that, I was laughing.
I was like, hello, we're here.
Stupid blue tokens. It threw me off. I was like, oh, blue,
It
ally.
was the anti-metagame token ring effect, right? All right, Gale, once again, defense roll at disadvantage, please. Yes,
Does
you
that
evade
select-
this one as well. Okay, Gale, and probably Rasmus as well, you notice this figure behind the Ettins, like kind of eyes looking, trying to find a way through, and then backs up.
Yeah, that's what I thought, lady. Hey, you're cute. Wait, where'd she go?
Did you see her butt? Did you see her butt?
I couldn't see it through this
every-
Ettin's butt.
Everything's fine.
There's a literal
Okay.
platoon of soldiers behind us, Gale.
I do. I'm trying to pay attention to the big guy.
All right, now I get to use the new measurement effect. Let me find this.
Yay! So exciting.
Try your tools on your friends here.
Okay, so you notice this figure step up in this area, motion with its hands as it casts a spell, and a cone of cold bursts forth, ravaging both Gale and Rasmus, as well as instantly turning the Etten in front of you into an ice cube.
Ooh,
Well, that's
that's
Yes, one
that's
enemy down.
crazy.
Yeah, that means it's a statue now. They can't get past it.
So, Gale and Rasmus, please give me Constitution saving throws. Okay, Gale uses a reaction to add 1 to this.
Yep, I will do the same, Adam. I'll hero point reaction for it. Let's
Okay.
see, the D12. Yo.
Okay, Gale will succeed and Rasmus will succeed. So I'd like both of you to roll 8d8 cold damage upon yourself, and of course you'll take half of that because you've succeeded.
And
Goodbye,
because
Gale.
I'm wearing my 3 items I'm attuned to are Ring of Cold Resistance, Eldritch Claw Tattoo, and Sword of Gloom. Does that mean I'm resistant to the half damage of the half damage I take?
Yes.
Gotcha.
So you
cool.
take a quarter damage. So that'll be 21 cold damage to Gale. And you rolled a total of 23 at 8d8. So half of that would be 11, half of that would be 5.
Hey, let me No, never mind. Go ahead. I
No
always
dumb
forgot to have
questions.
Indomitable. Yeah. Well, I forgot to have Indomitable. You need to remember that.
Is that all saves, or is that only the wisdom kind of saves? I can't even remember.
Because
I think it's all
when you
saves.
re-roll a saving throw, yeah. But I've passed it, so.
You did, right. Yep, so no benefit there. Okay, Gale, another defense roll at disadvantage. Yes, once again, you
my
evade
God.
that.
How is this man still alive?
That is a
Adam,
great
real quick,
question.
does the 5 get cut in half too because I'm raging? Does it stack? Is it quarter damage?
No, you can't have double resistance.
Gotcha. Okay, just want to be sure.
And I like the question of how is this person still alive, because nearby the water, suddenly there is a loud splashing sound as the dragon emerges. Okay.
But he had to take his turn to get there, so you know.
He probably
no.
dashed.
is
He probably
here.
dashed.
Yes, actually, it says exactly what round he pops in when you guys enter here, and this is that round, so lucky you guys. Okay, so the ice effect on the ground is now gone, so I'm going to remove that. And Gale, you're going to notice as the dragon breaks forth from the water, it quickly moves its head about, eyeing what is going on around it. It is then going to fly and land next to you. As it lands on the ground with such force, the entire area shakes. You notice the Etten frozen statue bobbles back and forth in the tunnel here as the dragon lands. As it does so, it is going to unleash a bit of attacks here against you.
Now I have no hero points left. I already used my hero point.
Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do first is, yes. Okay, so first what I'm going to need is a wisdom saving throw from Rasmus, Gale, and Spectre, believe it or not.
Okie dokie. All right. Is this a spell?
It is not a spell.
What'd you say? Wisdom? Sorry.
Yes, wisdom. Okay,
Yikes.
all 3 of you.
I'm
now-
gonna Indomitable it then.
You
if
okay?
I
Go
fail.
ahead. Now, Spectre and Rasmus, you feel this terrible fright fill you, and suddenly you notice those garlands around your neck kind of twinkle a bit, and the flowers kind of just shake just slightly, and you are not affected by this effect. Gale, however,
Thank goodness.
unfortunately, even with Indomitable, you will fail this, and you are overcome by the dragon's frightful presence. So you are now frightened for this, being that you're next to this dragon.
For the rest of his life.
Could
Yeah,
be.
Which is going
could
to be
be.
about 10 seconds.
All
It
right.
now owns you.
Now that you are frightened, it is going to make a series of 3 attacks against you, likely, unless you drop early. So first, defense roll against the bite. Okay, so that is a 20. Yes, you will manage to just duck under as these jaws snap right next to you. Then I will need another defense roll. Once again, as this claw comes by, you manage to just evade under it, and a second claw.
Oh my god.
Once again,
Nice.
all three
God.
attacks miss. Okay,
Everything's fine, Rasmus.
We're fine.
Once that is complete, the dragon gives this sort of roar and anger, and it will then fly over in this direction and land.
And frightened, do I not get reactions?
We used our reactions on our saving throws.
I did, you're right. Finally. Now, I don't want to die with this potion of Hill Giant Strength on my belt, so...
All right, so it is your turn, Gale. Remember, drinking a potion is an action. You can certainly do that if you wish to do so. You are frightened, which means you can't get any closer to the dragon, so you cannot move. You actually can't see the dragon right now based on how far it flew away, so feel free to do what you want until you can see it.
Okay, great. I'm going to look at this platform. Is there like a ladder or something?
There is not. No, from what you're eyeballing, again, you can only see part of this. You see no ladder, and again, it's about 25 feet elevated off the ground.
All right, I need to do some stuffs.
So just confirming, was that a drinking the potion, or no? You decided?
No, I haven't. I've decided. I haven't done anything now. This
Okay,
dragon.
no worries.
I think I'm going to. I think I will bonus action second wind first.
Okay, sure. Nice roll. 17 HP back.
Woo!
Very nice roll.
Okay, I'm going to take some arrows out of my arm. Let's maybe let the frozen person just stay in the way. What do you think? And then I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can't get there. What'd you say about the platform, Adam? There's no ladder or anything.
You do not see a platform. I'm sorry, you don't see a ladder to the platform from where you're currently standing.
Alright, since I can't reach anyway, let me just do a step. Oh shit. There's a dragon and I'm dead. Sorry, Rasmus, I need the GTFO.
Yeah, you don't have to apologize. This is fine,
5,
and run
10,
away.
20, 25, 30 will put me there. So that's my movement and my bonus action. From here, I'm going to not drink my potion. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to action dash. Now, it's difficult terrain past the rectangle, right?
Correct. As long as you want to move at half speed, you make the check at advantage. If you don't want to, you can move full speed, but then it's just a straight up check.
All right, I'm going to then, I'll do action dash here. So 5, 10, and then I will now move at half speed.
Okay.
It gives me
2
10
more
more
squares.
feet. Yep, 1, 2, and I'll do a roll, I guess, right?
Yes. Yep. And again, I'll take whatever is better at advantage.
Which athletics?
You're just going to roll a blind check. I'm going to look at your athletics and your acrobatics. Whichever one's higher, I'm going to take that one. Yeah, you have no problem.
Okay, and then no action surge here. Let's see, I did that. All right. Sorry, buddy, get the GTFO.
Okay, Rasmus, defense roll at disadvantage. You will be struck by this arrow.
I'm gonna deflect missiles and take no damage.
And remind me, does that burn your reaction?
I don't think so, but give me 1 second.
I think it does.
Here we go.
Yes, you can use your reaction. So
Perfect.
you used your reaction on the save, and I don't think you got it back yet, right?
Oh, no, sorry. Stupid 40 count initiative. I'll take the -3.
Yep, no worries. So 3 points of damage to you. Okay, we move to the top of the next round. More footsteps. All right, this one is dead. We'll remove him. And let's see, Erasmus, defense roll at disadvantage. Once again, arrow will strike you for 1 point of damage. All right, Zeno manages to pull himself out of the water, looking quite frazzled.
Really hope this guy has something good.
He does he's going to do Toll the Dead on one of the guys.
He's got Cloud Kill or...
He will move to here, and he does a quick eyeball of what is going on. And...
Start from level 9 spells down, Adam.
I don't know if he wants to burn that quite yet. You know, I mean, it doesn't look too bad from what he sees.
Oh no, it's fine.
All right, so what he will do... All right, so what you're going to see him do, Rasmus, is as he kind of turns around, dripping water all down from his side, he looks over to the east and sees this big throng of opponents. You notice he just starts circling his hands in the air. And as he does, you notice flames seem to be gathering near the surface of his fingertips. And then he points over in this direction, and you notice a storm made up of sheets of roaring flame suddenly explodes all in this area.
Okay.
So based
Sleep
on...
storm? That's cool.
No.
Firestorm.
Based on the amount of damage this does, like minimal.
Wait, did you say firestorm?
Okay, so what I'm going to do... Okay, so these... Yeah, so basically all these little guys have no hope of surviving anyway. So you will see this firestorm rips through these opponents, just burning them down into cinders. Most of them just kind of turn right into ash.
Worth every penny.
Yep.
Hugo's like, yeah, best 500 gold I've ever spent.
Okay, the other ones could survive, so I'm going to throw some checks for them. All right, and this is a dex save.
Nope.
Those two are going to be badly wounded. And that one as well. Okay, so after that very exaggerated display of fiery power, that will be the end of Zeno's turn. We move to Kertu.
I'm going to leave in shame because that was just so impressive.
Well, you haven't seen it yet, right? So you can just assume when you came in, it was just already...
I heard it. I can feel fire.
We're working on it.
You know, something like that, right?
Don't look good, too.
Okay, Adam, Oh, look, that's Gale. Hi, Gale. Been a while.
You're flying. That's wonderful. Everything's fine.
Yeah, that's wonderful. All right. So, Adam, that was 60. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and dash. Yeah, I'm not going all the way in there. Hell no.
You are
I
airborne.
love how
I think you
Spectre's
can
like, go right here.
No,
Yeah.
that's not what I'm doing. I'm measuring distance. He is airborne, so I feel like he can see pretty far, right? How high
Yeah.
is the tunnel?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
if
can
you
s-
can see
I can
down
see
there, you
him.
can absolutely see, yep.
Yeah, I can see. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I might as well just go ahead and I see some Krispy Kremers down there. So, not knowing everything that's going on in that area, I am gonna fireball just to help whatever's going on down there.
Okay, yeah, feel free to drag that out from the Smart AoE and place it where you like based on what you can see.
Yep, there we go.
All right, go ahead and hit your trigger all, and we will see what happens.
Don't remember all my buttons are.
No worries. With that little target you got, there you go.
Holy
All right.
smoke! Oh, they're already dead. I was like, oh, I got a lot of guns. No, they're already. I got dead guys.
The poor commoner is now no longer unconscious. He is burnt to a crisp and toasty. 3 of them that were standing are wounded once again, and yes, the others are slain. I'm going to move the dead ones off just so it's a little bit easier visually to see what's going on.
And Adam, if I rolled any 1s, they are 2s, if that matters at all.
Oh, that might be a little bit challenging, but let me do a quick look.
You rolled 3.
It'll be a plus 3 more points.
3, okay, yeah, I can do that.
I can't see what the damage rolls are for you, Adam. Otherwise, I'd help you out.
Yeah, you have
See
to, with the smart AoE, you just have to put your cursor where it says damage 21 fire, and then it shows you the
Oh,
dice.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. That's cool.
All right, so Kurtu, that was your action. Anything else?
I'm actually, since I'm flying high, I'm actually going to go ahead and land, though, just in case. But I'll keep the fly spell going.
Okay.
And that I don't want anyone making me drop. That's a long drop for per Kurtu, you know, so. So those other guys down here, they didn't take any damage?
They did, yes. They were wounded. They get hit by the firestorm, and then they also got hit by your fireball.
Okay, if they're
a lot of-
resistant to fire, just remember they're no longer resistant to fire. My fireballs are, you know, because I have that.
AoE will take resistance into consideration. I don't see anybody that it looks like it applied that to, so no, none of
Okay,
them.
that's
have
fair
it.
enough. Okay, okay, cool. I was just expecting more disaster. Thanks.
Sure, yeah, no, it was actually kind of a low damage fireball, to be honest, just bad
Yeah.
dice rolls.
What a
What a
surprise.
surprise.
Right.
We said the same thing.
Welcome back to the party.
That's
Yep.
right, yeah.
Total is 76, though. That's
All
a
right,
lot.
so let's see. Rasmus, defense roll at disadvantage.
Ready? These are all. No, they're not. They're not +2. Never mind. Because I didn't use a Kensei weapon. Because my rapier is not a Kensei weapon.
Okay, 5 cut down to 2. Another defense roll at disadvantage. 3 cut down to 1. Another defense roll at disadvantage.
Goodness.
6 cut down to 3. Alright, this guy is an ice statue, so he's gone. We move to Spectre's turn.
Alright, I can see this guy. So I'm going to bonus action move my Hunter's Mark to him. And then I'm going to shoot.
Okay.
29 surely
That's-
hits.
It sure does.
So no sneak here, but I do get the d6 from Hunter's Mark. So 10 plus 1, 11.
Okay, he is wounded.
I will take the second shot at the same guy. And I think I will hero point this one. So add 7. And then I'm going to inspiration that one.
Okay.
Amazing.
It is a Fumbleia. Let's go ahead and see a ranged fumble there. That one was meant to
It's
be.
It's not, sir,
Oh,
because
second
it's
attack.
my
You are
second
correct.
attack.
Oh, I felt
Yeah.
like it 1 in 400 chance. It has to be. No, you're right.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I see Gale running, so I am going to.
We're leaving. We're coming back. Rasmus is coming back in a minute as I pull arrow out of my thigh.
Oh. So I'm gonna start moving back at half speed. And so advantage check. Where'd it go? Blind check.
Yes, please. Yes, with your acrobatics, you managed to move at half speed without falling.
So 5, 10, 15. I'm just gonna try to make it a little harder for the dragon to hit all of us. It's gonna hit all of us. I see the angle. Well, then I'm just gonna keep going as far as I can, because we are gonna get cucked anyway. And I believe that's as far as I can go. 40 halved to 20.
Okay, let's see. 2 more defense rolls, Rasmus at disadvantage. That'll be 6 cut down to 3. The other one you managed to evade.
With an
Alright.
initiative tracker this large, you really got to start thinking about how you want to use that reaction.
Yeah. Okay, this guy is going to push forward. And push forward again. This one is now dead, so we'll remove from initiative. Okay, so what you're going to see here, Rasmus, is the Etten here just smashes down with its club on this ice statue in front of it, using one of its attacks and shattering this to just ice crumbles on the ground.
You were 0.96 more than me in initiative. That was what I was going to do.
Then he steps forward, and with his second attack, he is going to swing out his battle axe at you. Defense roll, please. Yes, you managed to duck under that, and Rasmus.
Okay. Well, I know Gale whispered the code word in Draconic for retreat in my ear, but I can't leave Xeno down here to just take all of these hits. So I'm going to... What do I want to do, Adam? What are you thinking? How would you spend my turn right now?
I can't be responsible for your death, so I can't get any
Okay, I know that we're not going to come down here and fight too much longer, so I'm going to make the tactical decision to leave these Ettins alone, and I am going to move out of its range without using any kind of action or bonus action, so I may take an attack of opportunity.
You will indeed. Yeah, go ahead and throw that for me. You will be struck by the battle axe. For 14 points of slashing, cut down to 7.
Okay. Alright, so that's 10. Okay. I'm going to go to... this spot here, Adam, and you can see the path I took, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to bonus action, Step of the Wind,
Okay.
or dash, which doubles my jump distance as well. And I'm going to try to make this long jump here.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that wasn't the one. I was talking about this one. That 20 feet is not the one. 15 feet is the one I'm referring to.
Okay.
So I think I should make that because, I mean, my Mirthful Leaps pretty much doubled would give me that on its own.
So, let's see, long jump, lose 10 feet.
So
So what is your strength score?
strength score is 18.
Yeah, so you get there without a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I probably could right now jump around the realm of 35, 40 feet of a long jump, but as I'm doing my jump, I'm going to take the sword and try to, like, stab him right through that, like, weakness in his armor right as I'm landing.
Okay.
So, one attack.
So he actually is wearing studded leather, which has a whole lot of weaknesses, and you find one of them.
Take that.
And yes, he is slain.
And I'm gonna just... Rasmus kind of lands and, like, looks up and sees these 3 guys who are now probably looking at him, and he's gonna think which one of these is probably nastiest, and because this guy is not wearing cultist mask, he's gonna go for him. and he's going to take his second attack with a ram. He's just going to put his head straight down and run that 10 feet right into him.
Okay. Yes, he will manage to connect.
Perfect. And then I'm going to use another key for stun and strike here. See if I can stun this guy. 14.
He is
Con.
not stunned.
All right. That is the very long end of my monk turn, but there I am.
As you strike this regal-looking elf, he shouts out in Draconic, which you kind of recognize, and he says, "Chuth to me!"
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I'm
God.
guessing
the
I know
wrong
what
guy.
the dragon's name
He
is.
just lured the dragon to you. Good luck.
Yeah, I picked the wrong guy.
That guy doesn't look familiar, right?
I don't think any of you have seen him before.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Adam. I got just a tad of movement. Can I just go right here? I know I'm still within range, but is that
Sure.
okay?
Yeah, you can do that.
Where do we find the corpse?
That's the ever important question, isn't it?
In the dragon's excrement.
All right, so that shot towards Zeno misses.
Can I shout? I know you're going through a bunch, Adam. I'm just going to shout through the tunnel. I'm going to say, "Found a creepy elf guy speaking Draconic!"
Sounds like a worm here.
Alright, so we blow that guy up, right? Alright.
Yes, everyone dies as I rip another arrow from my calf this time. Ah!
Move carefully.
Okay, half speed.
Do I have to make the roll again?
You do, yes. Yep, no problem. Okay, so that's 30 feet so far.
I can't see any bad guys. So that's from the Expeditious Retreat.
So you're going to bonus action dash is what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come next to me, you'll see them.
I believe that's another 30.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, damn it. I guess I can see this guy. I'm just going to kill this guy. I can only see one little dude here, unfortunately. So, toll the dead on this guy.
Okay. And spell effect roll. He is not affected, so he'll take that half damage because he does make a save.
Okay. Yep. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, that guy's turn. Alright, so he is going to make his way over here, putting Rasmus in the flank. As he does so, memories come back to you here, Rasmus, of having been killed in battle against cultists who seem to be very adept at fighting in close quarters like this.
Yeah.
So, this
Damn it.
opponent is going to attack you. I'll need a defense roll at disadvantage.
Okie dokie. Can I burn my inspiration to give it myself advantage?
Why don't you see if you miss first?
You can use your reaction to use a hero point and increase your AC if you wish.
I see. Okay, well, screw it. Let's just go for it.
Okay, this attack will indeed connect against you. As it does so, you're going to take 12 piercing, cut down to 6. Remind me what kind of barbarian you are?
Yeah, I'm the barbarian.
Okay, so 6 piercing, 2 lightning for a total of 8 damage. He will then make a second attack against you, and I'll need another defense roll at disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my hero point on this one because I don't want to die.
Okay. Whoa, nice roll.
It's a big roll.
Yes,
Phew.
that will certainly miss.
Enough.
Okay, that guy's unconscious. All right, so that is going to strike into Zeno. Wounding him. All right, this one is also going to make his way back to here, and he will also attack you, Rasmus, at advantage. So defense roll at disadvantage, please. This will manage to connect against you. For 15, cut down to 7 points of slashing damage. He will then attack you a second time, another defense roll at disadvantage. That one you manage to evade.
Whew.
Okay, Kurtu Spectre, you are somewhat surprised to notice when a secret door suddenly opens. And stepping through is a heavily armored individual. As she steps through the threshold, she sees Kurtu is currently on the ground. She is going to dash carefully and succeeds, getting next to you, Kurtu.
There's a duckling near me!
Rasmus, you notice from the darkness as you hear sort of echoing off in the distance these magical bolts of energy flying right towards you. As they do, please roll 5d4.
Oh, magic missile.
Oh my gosh.
You will take 18 points of force damage, but you are raging, and that is cut in half, so that will be 9 points of force.
Oh, because of +1. Gotcha.
Yes, +1 per missile.
Understood.
Alright, Zeno does manage to dodge that one. Much as requested, Rasmus, you hear the sound of massive wing beats pushing through the air.
It was nice, friends.
Later, dude.
Goodbye, Rasmus.
Chuth flies in, slamming down to the ground. And as he does so, yes, he is going to take an attack against you. I'll need a defense roll, please. This is going to manage to hit you for 16 piercing and 7 poison. That is going to drop you to 0. He will then take a claw attack against you on the ground. Another defense roll at disadvantage. That will be 2 automatic failed death saves, and then a third one. All right. So, I would say, Gale, where you're standing, you can see this because of the light. You notice the massive dragon just lands down and just chomps, slashes, and you see Rasmus lying on the ground, unmoving.
Good thing I finished that backup character a couple weeks ago.
Gale, it is your turn.
Rasmus is dead.
Holy shit!
We are not out of it. There's a dragon. Ugh. I'm not soloing a dragon, so I am going to sadly
You got the
move
dragon
that.
sword. Do it.
Right. Still 1d8. It's a +1 against dragon.
yeah.
Okay, I am going to move carefully, Adam. Oh, God. $15. I'll give you a roll. Can I hero point this roll?
Yeah, you could.
Yay.
And you said you're moving carefully, right?
Yeah, I just moved 3 squares.
Yep, so no problem. You have no problem keeping your balance.
Okay. Does that roll count for the rest of my movement here, or do I have to do it again?
Enough for your
Okay, yeah.
movement for this round, yep.
Okay, so I'm going to move. I'm going to dash. So dash carefully. 5, 10, 15. All right. So I have a bonus action left. Okay. Sorry, brother.
It's okay. Rasmus had a good run. He was really fun.
Pop that there.
So remember, that won't be affected by disadvantage because you're literally teleporting, so feel free to move 3 more. As long as it's somewhere you could have seen. So like northwest, you could move more if you
Yeah. Yeah, I can't go north because I don't think I saw it. That's why I picked here. Yeah, I'll go one more. Okay, now I'm in 15 feet of that guy. So I did, okay, so now I'm going to action surge here. And I'm going to use my coiling grass tentacles on that lady. My tattoo as my action surge. I'm going to use my action to use my coiling grasp, which is, I googled it, she needs to do a strength saving throw and take 3d6 force damage and be grappled.
What is the DC?
I guess it would. What is the DC on that?
We can just look it up real quick.
Oh, 14.
14. Okay, so go ahead and roll me a D8, please. Okay, so I'm taking the base, and then I'm adding this value, and I'm comparing that against her static athletics. So, yes, she is not grappled.
Man, I've used that like 3 times. It's never worked.
So the DC,
right.
Yeah, I think you're usually using it against like strength-based characters, which means your chances are probably going to be 50-50.
Right. Okay, so then that's it, guys. I even used my reaction on this turn, I think. Yep, end my turn.
All right, another arrow flies over towards Zeno. He manages to evade it.
Zeno, we're leaving!
Hugo, you notice as this elfish individual hops on the back of the dragon. As he does so, you see he pulls a bow into hand, looking right at you. As he does so, he pulls a string back that has no arrow in it and rapidly fires off 2 eldritch arrows. I will need you to give me 2 defense rolls.
Is it a spell?
It is not a spell. The first one you managed to evade, as the second one as well. And you notice after he shoots these 2, he does like a tap on the dragon's back. Okay, after this individual's turn, but before the next turn, at initiative count 20, you all notice as suddenly a wall of thorns bursts into existence, cutting off your path of retreat. Let me get you the exact location here.
Did we see anyone casting spell, moving hands, or anything like that?
You did not. All right, so I'm gonna have to move this to angle it appropriately, but all right, so just hold on one moment. Gotta do a quick measure. Yes, okay, so where you see that orange rectangle, a wall of thorns suddenly bursts forth there. So this is a 10-foot high, significantly long, completely filling the whole thickness here. It blocks line of sight, in fact, as it suddenly appears here. I'll throw in a dynamic lighting blocker. All right, so that is what occurs at initiative count 20. Then we move to this turn. Okay, Xeno won't get hit by that, and it is Xeno's turn. All right. So Xeno's left down here in some pretty bad mess.
Everything's fine, Xeno. You're doing great. Can't see you, but okay.
All right, so what he's going to do... Hugo, I would say you can see him. You notice he looks kind of panicked. He motions with his hands very quickly, and he touches the wall to his northwest. And you see his body actually goes inside of the stone of the wall.
Okay. Well, where is he on the? Oh, right there.
Counterspell that. Don't let him get away. Just kidding.
Not this
Xeno,
time,
stay and
Xeno. You always do this, Xeno.
You have to stay there and fight, dude.
All right, Kurtu, your turn. This wall is suddenly popped right between you and the way that you came in.
I'm on the other side. I'm on the other side. I can't help.
Yeah, like I wasn't planning on Misty stepping over there. Adam, thanks for blocking my view. And by that I mean not, you know. All right, so I've got this. Can you describe this warrior in front of me?
Yes, it looks to be an elvish woman clad in plate mail armor with a great sword in her hands.
So she is not my friend, that's what you're saying, right?
She does not look friendly. No, she looks like she wants to have like Kurtu snacks for dinner.
All right, yeah, it's on the menu right now, I think. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and Misty Step anyway. Use my my skill, not a spell slot.
Okay, and where is it you're hoping to go?
I'm hoping to go just down here.
You can do that, sure, yep.
All right, and I am going to... I'm concentrating on fly now, but guess what? I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that if need be. I'm going to try to polymorph her into a... We'll just go ahead and turn her into a turtle. We'll see, hopefully.
Okay, so you cast Polymorph, your concentration on fly ends, and go ahead and post that spell, and then give me a spell effect roll. She is indeed turned into a turtle.
Alright, so on my turn, Adam, I'm going to go pick her up and put her in the bag of holding.
Okay. Alright, you have put the turtle in the bag of holding.
Creative.
I imagine it's like a bloop sound as she vanishes into the bag.
I think it's the sound when Mario jumps on the turtles.
I do think turtle soup is on the menu. If Kertu was going to be, I'm going to have some turtle eggs. So anyway, right, that'll end my turn.
Okay, so these guys can't see any opponents, so we will move to Spectre's turn.
All right. This wall in front of me. Talk to me about
wall
what
of tangled brush bristling with thorns springs into existence there. It looks thick and thorny.
Does it look like I could get through it with effort and pain?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe a lot of effort and pain.
A lot of effort and pain is probably less painful than eating a dragon breath. So, I'm gonna start moving. I'm gonna hero point the thing.
Okay.
And you tell me how much movement I can use, because I don't know this offhand.
No worries. So go ahead and first throw your blind check and your hero point, and I will take again whichever higher stat to see if you're... Yeah, I can't imagine you'll fail this, but let's see.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if I did. Blind check.
Yeah, you have no problem moving. So you're moving at half speed. So you move, let's see, so 10, call it 20. Now, as you try to move a square through the wall, that's your intent, right?
Yep.
Okay, and you're going to need to spend, because you're trying to also move carefully, so you're going to have to spend 8 squares of movement to move 1 square into the wall. So how many squares do you have left?
Well, I moved 2, so I have 2 left. And then I have dash and action dash, which are 4 each. So I have 10 squares total.
Okay, so you can push through to the other side, suffering some damage as you do so, and that would use all of your movement, because you've used 2 already, right?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so go ahead and roll 4d8. This is the amount of piercing damage you'll take, so you can also make a dex save to try to cut this in half. So, and you can do the dex save public. So go ahead and do dex save.
Dex save.
Yeah, so you will cut that in half. So 12 points of piercing damage as you force your way through. These thorns like slash at you, cut up your clothing, cut at your face, but you're doing the best you can, and yes, you manage to push through to the other side. And that will use all of your movement.
Okay.
Nice.
Can I move my token, or am I stuck on something?
You are technically stuck, but let me go ahead and I'll put you right here if that works for you.
Yeah, sure. And that's everything I can do, because that was my action and bonus action to push through.
Okay.
I also need to make a concentration save for my Hunter's Mark. Yeah.
So that would technically be... Oh, yeah, you just took the 12, so just a DC 10.
Con, right?
Yes, con saving throw. Yep, no worries.
Enough. All right,
we almost out of here?
Hopefully.
Hugo, you notice this? Actually, you don't notice that, 'cause you can't see that far.
Uh-oh.
Alright, poor Rasmus has been slain. Okay, Hugo, your turn.
Okay. First things first. Hugo's going to do a 4th level fireball. And try to hit this guy and the dragon and the rider. Alright.
Okay, so level 4 spell. Alright, so the dragon succeeds, is only a bit wounded. The rider is burnt a bit, looking a bit hurt. The other one is slain. The last one is barely hanging on to life.
Damn. Alright. Action surge. And this time it's going to be a 3rd level.
Okay. I'm going to leave that one there because he's got the light still.
This time, I guess if Rasmus is dead, I'm just going to put
Don't
it right
matter.
there.
Every time Rasmus dies, he gets burnt to a
Well,
ash pile.
That is
time
true.
I did that, he got saved. Maybe that's the trick.
That's
You
how
said he
Rasmus
was dead,
gets
right?
resurrected.
Yeah,
Fire
he's super
resurrection.
dead. He is
He's
super
the,
dead.
the Phoenix. Yeah!
Okay, so yes, you will kill 2 others. Let me double check something real quick. Okay, yes, the rider slumps off the dragon.
Hell yeah.
Great shot.
I see that name in the fucking.
You can't hide it from smart AoE.
Apparently not.
Yeah!
I have a feeling that was narrow vein.
I'm getting a vision.
And then expeditious retreat, bonus action dash. Carefully.
Alright, so, yep, go ahead and throw another check. Yes, no problem.
And I'll get up to the wall, I guess, here.
Okay.
And I'll say, I think I can get us out of here next turn, Kurtu. But if you can go, go.
Oh. You're so impressive with those fireballs.
Thank you. I like them.
All right, the sound of the dragon's beating wings gets closer as it flies up. As it does so, through the air, roaring loudly, enraged as it is so, it is going to breathe forth this poisonous vapor. Easy to say, you will all be caught in this. It suffuses through the thorn wall even to hit the 2 on the other side. So, I will need Constitution saving
damn.
throws from all of you.
Absorb elements doesn't do anything against poison, right?
I don't think so. Double check the text, but I feel like that's one that's not on there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think it's on there.
Acid, cold, lightning, fire, thunder. Fuck.
But we do have advantage because of antitoxin, right?
We do.
You do.
Did I use a hero point on my turn? Oh, it's a reaction. I can use another one, right?
As long as you didn't use one literally on your turn, but I don't think you did.
I used one to not fall.
I think he's talking about using your reaction on your actual turn.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, so, no, yeah, when you use it on your own turn, it doesn't require a reaction.
Okay, then I will react. Hero point. Not bad, not bad. At advantage, that's a 25.
Hell yeah.
And I think all I'm missing is Kurtu.
Yeah, hey Adam, I wanted to ask, remember earlier when you said there's no stupid questions? Can I put that to the test?
Sure, yeah, let's give it a shot.
When he's coming up towards me, can I try to do a persuasion?
Please don't kill me, please. I love dragons.
Because of my
It's
draconic
advantage 'cause he's a kobold.
background, I have advantage as a draconic sorcerer.
I would say since you're in the heat of battle and you can see the fact that you just killed this guy's rider, there's like no chance.
When you say none, is this like a Dumb and Dumber thing?
This is like, even if you rolled a nat 20, I would still say you failed.
Yeah, it was one of those, I already knew the answer, but, you know,
Sure,
see what
yeah.
I can get away with, right? You know? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hero point this thing as well,
Okay.
because I mean 1 is just so important, right?
Yep. Yeah, feel free to set yourself back to public, but yes, we'll add 1 to that. Okay, so because you guys all drank your antitoxins, Kurtu, I don't think you drank an
I did not.
antitoxin.
Nope, I did not.
Okay, so unfortunately, Kurtu didn't drink an antitoxin, so yours is simply a 16. So everybody except Kurtu is successful. So I'm going to do this in order. So this damage will be halved for Gale. So Gale, here's yours. So that'll be 33 poison damage. And then Spectre, 27.
7.
Hugo, 25. And then the big whammy on Kurtu, 48. Okay, so that's his turn. That was a move and an action. Okay, and then we will move to Gale's turn.
Okay, now maybe things aren't looking so good. I have like 10 hit points. Action
Don't
healing
fall.
potion. What's that? Don't fall. Yeah.
Don't
action.
fall. You'll fall into the wall.
Right. So healing potion first. It's on my belt, Adam. I have
Okay.
2 things on my. That's 2d4 plus something.
2.
So 7.
Okay.
Let me take that off my belt. Make sure. Okay, fine. So I did that. I don't feel much better. Now, no phase steps left. So I have to huff it. Fine, I will huff it. Going towards the things. I'm moving 5, 10, 15, half speed, wanting to not slide.
Okay.
And you're going to get-
blind check. And you said you were moving carefully, right?
Yep, 15.
Okay.
That's
So
my
you have no problem doing so.
So action healing potion, and then movement. I have no action surge. I have no bonus action. I can only react from now on. Okay, that's it. Goodbye.
Okay, after your turn, but before any other turn, the dragon will spend a legendary action to whip its wings and fly closer. And just double checking exactly how close it wants to get.
Hey, Adam, I know I'm dead, but can I move my token to the corner like a spectator? Is that
Sure.
okay?
Yeah, absolutely. That guy's not going to be able to do anything. This guy has been slain. This guy can't do anything. Not do anything. Okay, Kurtu.
All right, my magic, Adam. I'm going to try. Oh shoot! Gosh darn it, Adam.
Yes.
Man, now if I do my thing, you're gonna like try to eat me. Okay.
Dragons do have a tendency to try that.
Yeah. Well, you know. All right. So, Adam, what would be a if I polymorph into a fly instead of a squirrel? Would that be okay?
So I think it has to. I know this gets a little bit metagamey, but it has to be like an actual stat block, because otherwise you could be like, "Oh, I turn into something that's like microscopic," and then,
Yeah.
So I don't know if fly would be. I think the smallest you can go is probably something like tiny, like maybe a sturge or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to be small and not tasty looking, right? So.
What I will say is, while this wall is very high and goes to basically the ceiling, if you turn into a sturge, you could technically fly right over the top of it in a little tiny gap and not take the wall damage. But you still, that's your action to polymorph, you would still need to disengage or risk opportunity attack, of course. And I don't think there's any way for you to polymorph and disengage that I'm aware of. So.
No, unless I was somehow able to misty step through this, Adam. If I can see anything, I'm reaching here. I'm just not sure.
So not
Fear
from where
line.
you're at right now. Like, Again, if you want to get real crazy, if you were to cast Polymorph, fly to the top of the wall. So the challenge there is, if you stay within 5 feet of the dragon, fly to the top of the wall, land on the wall, take damage, turn back to Kurtu. Now you're like squeezed between the wall and the ceiling, and then you could technically miss a step.
You know what, Adam? As crazy as that sounds, it sure does look like a good option for me, right?
Just come with me, Kurtu.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and my buddy said that he has a way out, so I'm gonna trust him. So I'm gonna go there, Adam. And then...
Oh shit, you're going right under it.
Yes, you are under the dragon, but he is considered huge size, so you're small, you can do that.
But you said come over to me, so that's how he's coming over to you.
Anything else, Kurtu? What? Sorry, Kurtu, we still got you. Anything else?
Oh, Adam, my gosh. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take the dodge action. That'll be it.
Okay, you dodge. All right, for the sake of time, I'm going to remove some of these people that are not going to be impactful. Spectre.
Half movement, hero point, etc. It looks like we're retreating, so I'm going to retreat.
Okay, and blind check.
Yep.
You said half speed, so yep, you're totally good.
10, 20, 30, 40. Bonus action dash. It no longer costs me extra movement, right, to go to this square, or does it take
Correct.
one more?
Once you get to the rectangle, you're all good.
So this is 5, 10, 15. Where was the rope?
The rope is about here-ish.
Okay.
Like right next to the wall.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Can I reach it from here?
You can, yeah, you can.
Okay. Action dash, climb the rope as far as I can.
All right. So you're 20. What's your speed? 40?
40.
Okay, so you're 20 feet up the rope.
Yep. I don't know how you want me to...
You're good. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Okay, before Hugo's turn, the dragon is going to use another legendary action as its tail whips out right towards you, Hugo. I will need
Can he do 2 of those before his next turn though? He hasn't had a turn.
Yep. So he has 3 legendary actions.
I didn't know he could do. I didn't know he could use 3 of them. I mean 2 of them before his turn.
Yep.
So.
Unfortunately, he can. So Hugo, defense roll, please.
Can I spend a hero point on this?
You can. You can burn your reaction and spend a hero point to add that to your armor class.
Sorry, trying to find it real quick.
Okay, so we will add 7 to your roll. That makes it a 20, which is exactly what you needed to be missed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Hugo, your turn.
Okay, so Hugo is going to reach out towards Kurtu, say, "Come with me."
You have a disadvantage on grabbing Kurtu because he doesn't know.
He's going to dimension door to the top of the waterfall, like where we tied the ropes off.
Okay, so you want to go to the top of where the river is, essentially.
I think so.
Right. So what I'm asking is, you don't want to be down the mouth of the tunnel. You want to be all the way at the top where you guys first came in and then tied.
Yeah, I want to avoid the rope altogether and just get
and that is
more stable ground.
Within 500 feet, and it's a place you can visualize because you're obviously just there. So yeah, that will work. So you touch upon Kurtu. Go ahead and burn your dimension door slot.
Okay. Is there a button for it?
Dimension Door, if it's on your character sheet, you should just cast it like any other spell.
Oh, got you. Okay. I just took the spell slot out.
Oh, okay. If you already deducted it, you're good. So that would be your action. Is there anything else you're wanting to do?
I'm just be like, heal up as much as you can, Kurtu. We're gonna have to probably fight this thing. I don't think we can outrun it. And
Kurtu says,
We could turn into giant eagles and leave.
oh, you can do that? Yeah, let's do it.
It's not my turn.
And then I guess as a bonus action, he'll make sure if anyone's trying to climb up the ropes to get up, he can like maybe help them by like pulling on the rope. I don't know if you can do that as a bonus, but
All right, so basically you're just going to stand by the rope where it connects down and like have your hand down there trying to help anybody that's coming up.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that'll work.
Okay, that's the end of his turn.
Okay, now a very important roll for Gale specifically. So Gale, I'm going to let you roll this. 1d6, please. Maybe very
no.
important for Spectre, too.
I'm 20 feet up the rope.
Okay.
Got it.
So the dragon does not recharge his breath weapon, and instead he waits a moment behind this wall of thorns, and that would give you another turn to get out of it, Gale. So I'm going to just move you there-ish. At the top of the next round is when we would see the wall goes away. So, what I'm going to say is you guys are in the process of starting to climb up the wall, I'm assuming, Gale? Are you following behind Spectre, trying to, like, go hand over hand?
I'm telling the hurry the F up because he's coming. Hurry. I'm climbing as fast as I can to get out of there. Yes.
Okay. So, we're a little bit past halfway time, guys, but I wanted to make sure we pause this at the appropriate time. I feel like this is a good time. So, let's go ahead and pause here, take our 15-minute break, and we'll pick up on the other side.
Wonderful. See y'all for the
All
finale.
right.
So
Alrighty, folks, we are back here and pick up where we left off. So, team, I'm going to take us back to the map we left. Okay, so a couple things just to set the scene once again. We are technically still in turn order. Gale moved. He would technically be behind Spectre right now on the rope. Zeno, we don't have to worry about too much. So, Kurtu, you are up above. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flash to another screen real quick. This is not going to be perfect, but, you know, had to do this just in a real quick pinch. So, just to give you guys a visual to work with. All right, so imagine this here is the river that runs down to the waterfall. So, literally, the waterfall is going to be right here, right at the edge. Here's your rope that you guys have tied off, and it's hanging over the line. You guys are currently in the process of climbing up. Both Hugo and Kurtu are already up there, thanks to Dimension Door. Spectre is further up the rope. Gale's tailing behind. Everybody good with where things are?
Yeah.
All right, good
Yep.
deal. Let me take us back to the other map then. Okay, and then we will pick up there. So it's actually Kurtu's turn right now. You're up above. What would you like to do, Kurtu?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and split away from the party a little bit. I don't want us all to be grouped in one spot. So theater of the mind, you know. I probably would have gone, we'll just say
Well, we don't
north.
even have to do Theater of the Mind. Let me go ahead and throw you on that other page, and now you should be able to see that. I'll throw the camera over there too, just so the camera can see it. Now you should be able to control, move your token where you like.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, off map it. No, just kidding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of hide in that bush there a little bit and drink a healing potion.
Okay, feel free to do so.
Yeah, what are they, 2d4s? Plus,
2d4 plus 2 for the basic model, yep.
all right, and then I'm going to end my turn there.
Okay,
So.
and I will throw Hugo on the other map too, since he's already up there. Okay, so we move back to Spectre in the process of climbing. I believe you're 20 feet up the ropes. I think you need another 20 feet to get to the top.
I will do that. Takes the rest of my movement.
All right, and that puts you then, and I'm just going to scoot you like right here. You're officially on this map now.
I'm still looking at the other map.
Oh, my bad. It looks like when I dragged you there, it didn't take it. Let me try that again. Why does it not want to put you there? How about we try that? How about that?
I'm here.
Good deal.
Okay. So I see Kurtu over there. How wide is the river? Is it
Exactly
accurate?
as it looks there. Yep. So, not very wide.
Okay. And is this thing here like elevated terrain?
It is. That's a
Provide
ridge.
some sort of cover.
It would provide cover if you're west of it and it's something coming from the east, sure. But if you climb up it, then you're going to be out in the open. So this is lower elevation. This is higher elevation.
Okay. Well, seeing Kurtu hiding in that bush, because he's probably not very good at hiding, I would assume. I'm going to use...
Hey, I'm actually good at hiding, thank you.
I'm going to use my cunning action to continue to dash. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then I will use my action to dash as well, make a running jump over this smallish section of river. I can do that because I have at least 10 strength. So I should be able to clear this no problem. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I know I can't can I get into this bush? Or
you could. I mean, you could, but it's not so wide that it's going to like envelop you or anything like that. Without an actual hide action, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb.
I don't have a hide action, so I'll just go over here with my last 5. And I will interact with object, draw my bow, get ready for the dragon to chase our asses.
Okay.
And that is movement, action, bonus action, etc. By the way, I can't use my bonus action this turn, but do I sense that the guy I had Hunter's Mark is dead?
No, I don't think so. I honestly, I have to remember which one it was on. Let me switch over there real quick.
It was one of the silver dragon wing, dragon fang.
Actually, I see the one I got the icon in. Yes, he is dead.
Okay, so I will remember that for next turn.
Okay.
He was bad guy number 57.
Right. All right, so then we move to Hugo. So again, Hugo, you're up there. You can see what you see. What would you like to do?
Can I look over and see Gale trying to climb the rope up?
You can.
Is there any way for me to help speed him up?
I mean, unless you're willing to use more magic, like if you're wanting to climb down a dimension door again, for example, you could telekinetically pull him up, like give him 5 feet that way. Probably a couple other things, but those are the two that come to mind.
Could he just pull the rope?
Grab onto the rope and start pulling it? Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Can I spend my action to do that?
You can, yep. So you're grabbing on. So give me a blind check. I'm going to say this is athletics. Gale, how much does your character weigh? Like approximately, are you like 300-ish?
With all his gear on, almost certainly.
Well, maybe we lost Gale.
Oh, I'm sorry. My carry weight's 175. I have him, 6 feet, 225, something like that.
Plus, okay, so what I will say then, you spend your action, Hugo, grabbing out of the rope and start pulling up hand over hand. You're able to pull him up half of the distance. So he was at the 10-foot mark, I believe. So you would get him up to the 30-foot mark. He still needs 10 more feet to get to the top.
Okay.
Thanks, brother.
Come on, there's a fucking dragon coming at us. Let's go. He's gonna hold the rope there, but second wind as bonus action.
Okay.
That's the end of his turn.
Okay, so then we move to the dragon's turn. Once again, I'll give you the honors here. Gale, go ahead and roll a d6, please.
Fuck this up. You fucked it up.
So let me track distance.
I'm on the cliff, almost at the top.
You are. So what you're going to notice, Gale, is you're almost at the top. You hear the sound of the dragon approaching before anything else. It blasts through the waterfall, turns, sees you there with Hugo up top as well, and exhales this poisonous breath once again. This is going to hit both you and Hugo on the con saves from both of you.
Before this happens, I see it and I kick off the cliff and dive into the water.
So you're wanting to basically drop the let go of the rope?
Can I, if I can land in the water?
I'm willing to try. I mean, it's going to be a dice roll for sure. So if you see the dragon, basically you let go and you're trying to beat it, right? So you're trying to like fall out of the cone. So I would say, I don't really think this is skill based, right? Like this feels like it's just luck
based.
Yeah. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to give you a 50% shot, 50%. So you roll a d20, and before you roll it, say what's good for you, high or low. So if you want low, it's going to be 1 to 10. If you want high, 11 to 20.
We'll go high.
You want high. Okay. So you let go, but you're like a little bit too soon. So as you're starting to fall, you get blasted with this poisonous breath. Con save from you, con save from Hugo. Hugo, I see you said hero point. I don't know if that means you're wanting to use a hero point.
No.
Okay.
I wanted him to use it because it's such a heroic, like action movie sort of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, so that'll definitely succeed. So you will suffer half of the scale.
It's not gonna matter.
No, it's
So that'll
not.
be 24 points of damage to Gale.
I tried the last ditch thing to try to jump into the water. That's
Okay.
all I could think of during break.
So
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that was better than anything I was going to come up with, to be honest. So that hits you down to 0, so you're unconscious, and then you plunge into the water and you start sinking down. Remind me, heavy armor, medium armor? What are we wearing?
Heavy armor.
Heavy armor. Okay, so you're sinking pretty fast. Hugo, you also succeed, suffering half. So that'll be 23.
Okay.
And then the dragon flies up a little bit, and for ease of play, I'm going to put the dragon. Alright, so he's not technically here quite yet. Think of him as being like 10 feet west and 10 feet down. So he's still below the ridge here next to the waterfall. Okay, so Gale, death saving throw, please. Remember, that will always be 2 GM only.
Okay, here we go.
Is that hit point bar accurate or
Who?
I'm at 0.
the dragons?
No, it is not.
Okay. I was gonna say he got hit by like 3 fireballs.
He's not that badly hurt, but yeah, when you move him to a new screen with one of my mods, it
Yeah.
auto sets him up. So let me get the appropriate HP on him. Good call out. Okay, now it is correct.
Oh,
So now
Jesus.
he only has 300 hit points left, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
Death
go when
save.
you're ready, Gale.
no whammies. I need a nat 20 here.
Well, and hang on one sec. I'm trying to remember. Did we say anything with hero points? Do you have any hero points left anyway?
I just burned it to get off the cliff.
I don't think you used one, did you?
Did I?
No, because
Yeah,
Hugo told you to, but you didn't do one.
No, I did.
I see a
up there,
roll of
It's for
10.
it's for the con save.
Oh, you did it for the content. Okay, my bad. Then
Yep,
yes,
okay.
you're right.
Here we go. Let me make sure 2 GM. Okay.
Okay. All right, so that's your turn. Then we move up. You guys don't know what's going on with Zeno. We move to Kurtu.
All right, Adam, theater of the mind and everything. I'll need your help on that. I'm going to go ahead and look over the edge. I'm going to shoot him with a level 5 fireball.
Okay, so when you say over the edge, you're trying to look over where the waterfall is dumping down. So, yep, as long as you get right to the edge of the screen, yep, I'll say you can look down and see it.
Something like that, right? So I'll go ahead and fireball level 5. And remember, any 1s are 2s. Because I tend to roll a lot of 1s,
I've
so.
noticed, yeah.
Important tech.
All right, let's take a look at that real quick.
Yes, I do 31 points of damage.
32 even.
Throw me a spell effect roll as well, please. Throwing Dead Rasmus here for visibility.
Thanks.
Oh,
I just been staring at these Ettins.
yes, and let me get you over on the actual screen. Well, I think we're all there now, so I should just be able to move us all there. All right, I'm
Here, I'll
pretty
move me over here.
That is a success for him. Yes, that is a success for him. So he will suffer half of that damage. You said 32?
Yeah, 30
31.
30 plus 5, so 37, because he upcast it. So there's the 5, the 30, and then 2 ones in there.
I only see... the upcast. Good call. Okay, so 37 cut in half, 6 to 15.
Oh, and I don't know if he gets elemental affinity on that or not, so that would be 42, if he does.
I believe so.
Yes, I do, but what's that for?
It gives you extra damage.
Fire.
Looks like it says rolling 5 elemental affinity equals 5. Is that something extra?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was thinking the other thing. Yeah, I do 5 extra damage for every... Yes.
Okay, I have applied the correct amount of damage, half fortitude, 21.
And then I'm going to quicken spell because, well, use them while you got them, right?
Okay.
And I'm not going to cast another fireball. No, just kidding.
No, you're not Hugo.
Yeah, I'm not Hugo. But I am going to go ahead and I'm going to cast Mind Sliver.
Okay.
Probably should have done that first, just in case. But anyway. Do I do a spell effect?
Yes. He is not going to be affected by that.
I don't remember if he still takes damage on that, though.
I
Not that
know
it
if
would
it's a
matter.
cantrip, unless you've got like potent.
I don't
cantrips.
think he does. I don't think he does.
Okay.
So. Okay, well, and then I'm gonna go behind my bush because, well, if you're gonna die behind bush, right? So.
Okay, so after your turn, but then before Spectre's turn, it is going to use a legendary action to fly up, and now it is going to be 10 feet in the air, but this is now the actual... Let me get him to the right size. This is now the correct spacing. So he's in the air at the 10 feet above the ground. And then it is Spectre's turn.
Alright, well, I see him there. I'm gonna... It looks like he's not gonna let us go, clearly. So, I'm gonna move my hunter's mark to him. And I'm gonna make 2 shots from where I'm at.
And remind me, what is the range on Hunter's Mark?
I think 120 feet? Let me see.
Oh, that's plenty then.
I gotta look it up. Sorry. 90 feet.
Okay, yep, that's still good.
Okay. So, I am close enough. So I will make my 2 shots at this asshole.
It'd be kind of hard to hit his asshole from where you're at, but well, let's see.
I don't know. I could roll that nat 20. How many hero points do I have left? Not a lot. I'm going to spend 1 on the first shot. So here's that.
Okay. Yes,
30?
That will hit.
For 9 plus 6, so 15.
Okay.
Second shot. Probably not.
With nothing added to that, right? So just an 18?
Correct.
That is a miss.
Okay.
It will hit into his scales and fall down to the ground ineffectual.
And then I will use my movement to try to make it harder for him to hit us with all of us with his breath. So I'm going to kite over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. End turn.
Okay,
Turn
before Hugo's turn, Hugo, you notice the dragon's massive tail flips out at a range of 15 feet to come slamming down around you. I'll need a defense roll. This will connect against you, Hugo.
Well,
Shield, Hugo, shield.
yeah. Can I use shield on this?
Sure, yep, you can.
Alright, I'll burn shield.
Sorry, Adam, we're dying. I gotta help my brother out.
No, I appreciate
It's
it.
normally right before the damage is posted, but I felt like you were close enough. I was trying to move it quickly, so you're good.
I was honestly almost going to use my inspiration, but I didn't know if I was able to do that either, so.
You are, yep. Okay.
But I'll do shield, because I know he's going to attack me more.
All right, so your shield springs into existence as part of the legendary action. That ends. Now it starts your turn, and now shield's gone.
Oh, you're right.
Hey, that's 1 point, dude. That's still fine.
That's
Yeah,
true,
dude, that
Save the HP you
yeah.
got.
Yeah, first level spell
And you get
slot.
another reaction, right? You know, so.
You get your action back, yep.
exhaust all options. You hear from Rasmus from the grave.
All right. So it seems as though this creature has reach, right? Because it was able to swing at me with its tail.
At least with its tail, for sure. I mean, based on... You're a pretty smart guy, so I'd say you know in general, tail's the longest part of their body, them usually followed by their bite, and then their claws not so much. So yes, it certainly has reach with at least some of its attacks.
Okay. So not wanting to risk getting swung at, he is going to yell out, Xenu, help Gale in the water, please! And it misty
you heard gurgle
step.
in the water. Aw.
He's gonna misty step. Damn. I guess on the other side of the river here.
Sure, yep. You can go 30 feet with Misty Step.
And my turn order isn't populated. Any
Yeah,
rounds?
unfortunately, because you move from one map to the next, it won't.
Yeah.
So yeah, just bear with me. I'll read it out.
No worries. AFK for 5 seconds.
Yep. Okay, so
Okay.
that's a bonus action.
And then he will run.
Go south. Don't keep spread out. Don't.
I'm ru-
I bet
She
the specters
calls
over there.
epic.
Not
I
by
can't-
me!
I
Not by
can't hear
me!
you. I can't hear
Not-
you.
Dodgeball.
And he runs up to here, and he's going to drink his healing potion.
Okay. Okay, now it's the dragon's turn. Let's see. We gave Gale a chance. Let's give Hugo a chance. Hugo, D6, please.
Hold on, one second.
Everybody's so nervous right now.
For the healing potion, is there a way to just click it?
Is it
To
just a
add it?
standard healing potion?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've added it from the SRD, you should be able to just click it and it will roll it for you. If not, just do the slash roll space 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Okay. And it is going to fly. Let's see. I think it kind of wants to remain closest to the water. So that, closest to the edge. So that means it's going to be Kurtu. So Kurtu, the dragon is going to fly over to you. And once it gets and lands next to you, it's going to unleash its flurry of attacks. So I will need 3 defense rolls from you, Kurtu.
Okay, so but before I die, I'm doing this as a reaction because I know I'm going to need to anyway.
Okay, so we will increase your
we
by 5.
already know. All right.
Right, so we're going to add 5 to your defense rolls then. Okay, so the bite and the first claw will manage to connect, but the second claw will not. So here those come. Alright, 19 piercing plus 7 poison, and this is going to be a grievous wound. So your max HP and your current HP are both going to be reduced by 26. Make sense?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and go again.
He's still alive.
The second one is a claw
No,
for
he's not.
18, so 26 and 18 is total of 34, if my math's right.
I'm
It is
still
not.
alive.
Wait, hang on a sec. I don't think I did that right. 26 and 18 is 44.
Still alive.
He's
Alright.
still alive.
So
Yes.
I'm going to remove the flying icon because he's not flying anymore. He has landed next to Kurtu. Okay, and that was his turn. Death save from Gale. Again, GM, please.
Okay, 2GM. This is where I need my nat 20. Come on. No whammies.
Okay. And then we don't know what's going on with Xeno. And we move
Gonna make this triumphant return in
So,
a second.
Please,
So this-
Xeno, please.
This is one of those, I'm going to be honest, it's one of those corner cases because legendary actions work after people's turns, but I'm going to say since Gale and Xeno are not technically in this, I'm not going to count those as rounds, right? Where the dragon can use those legendary actions, so we're on Kurtu's turn.
All right. Well, Kurtu feeling the. I'm going to go ahead and Adam. I'm going to cast a 6th level. I mean, yeah, 6. I'm going to cast a 6, right? You know, I'm going to go ahead and cast a 5th level fireball where it would not affect me. So kind of behind him and everything, right?
Yep, yeah,
So.
no worries at all. That's very easy to do in this area.
Brave little kobold who could. Come on.
He just blasted it. Blast, 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 blast.
I'm doing this for you guys.
Nice.
All
Nice.
right, so 45, and then a spell effect roll, please.
All right, just remember, I get that +1 if it's a, I mean,
There's 1
Any
1
hero
in the
points left?
8d6.
yes.
Okay, so we'll call that 46.
Oh, burn, lizard, burn! You're making me some suitcases.
So normally
My
he would
shrimp must
fail
be.
this saving throw, but he's going to use one of his legendary resistances to take.
How many does he have?
Well, remember, legendary actions and legendary
I know,
resistance
I know.
are different. All right,
Yeah,
so
I
let's see,
know.
45, 46, half will be 23.
All right, but I did hurt him, and he is going to remember me when he chews me up. So then I'm going to go ahead and Misty Step at him.
Unfortunately, you can't, right? Because you cast a leveled spell.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go ahead and do, as a bonus action, I'm going to do my Draconic Cry.
That'll scare him.
Okay, so until the start of your next turn, you and your allies have advantage on attack rolls against that creature.
It's something.
Nice.
Right? It's something, right? All right.
Oh, that's
This
a pretty
is-
big one. I would agree. Yeah, that's really helpful.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do this. That's the last time Kurtu pushed the end turn button. It's
All right, so
terrible.
Kurtu, after your turn, it is going to take a legendary action, and it is going to beat its wings furiously, and this huge rush of air as it beats its wings is likely to knock you backwards. So I will need a dexterity saving throw.
And shield won't affect this or anything, right?
This is a saving throw, so no.
Any hero points left?
It doesn't matter. But yeah, I should have, but still doesn't matter.
All right, so this is going to do 17 points of damage and knock you prone. So
Oh, I'm out.
you are okay. So you are out, and then as part of that same legendary action, it gets to move. So it flies up in the air. It is now up in the air at the 20-foot mark. Let's see, where's my little icon? There we are. Okay, and now we are on Spectre's turn.
All right. Do I still get the advantage from the cry,
You
even
do.
though Kurtu is unconscious? Okay.
You do, yep.
I will make my shot first. And how many hero points? Might as well spend everything because my last turn is probably coming up pretty soon here. So I will spend this one. Shoot his ass. Does a 20
That
hit?
will hit.
Okay. And I do get sneak attack because I have advantage.
Yes.
So 15 plus 3, 18.
Okay, wounding it.
Second shot. It's advantage on all attacks, right?
Yeah.
29
Also hit, yes.
for another 10 plus 6, so another 16.
Okay, the dragon is looking wounded. Many arrows in it. It is bleeding in different places.
Fuck him up, Hugo, and then I'm going to... Is there another river here?
It's sort of like a tributary system that all emerges into that waterfall.
Okay.
So if you're
I
asking if the water on the map is actually water, yes.
Okay. Well, I still have my action, or not my action, my bonus action and movement left. So I'm gonna piss you off and run 80 feet,
80 feet east?
80 feet east, away from this fuckwit.
Okay, so go to the edge of the map, that's 40, and then you're another 8 squares off the map to the east. Okay, I think I can tolerate that.
Okay. All right. That's everything.
All right, we move to Hugo.
Okay. And I can see the dragon, right? He's not
You can.
below
He's
the
flying
ridge.
20 feet up in the air, so yes.
Okay. Third level fireball. Centered right on his face.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and post that damage and throw a spell effect roll.
Come on, big money, Hugo. Let's go. You and me. That's big money.
That will
Nice.
hit. Let's see how much damage it is before he decides if he wants to use a legendary resistance.
He's such a little bitch. He can take it.
So 33, yeah. So I'll just make it easy on myself and say he used one of them. So that will reduce it to 16. So yes, he is wounded.
Okay. I guess I don't really have a bonus action right now, but he is going to move behind this other ridge here.
Is Expeditious Retreat not up anymore?
I don't think so. I think I lost it concentration-wise somewhere along the line.
He did take damage at a certain point, so if he rolled a fail, then yeah.
Yeah. So he's just gonna run over here and try to hide a little bit.
Okay.
Are you sure it's not just because your token's on a new screen, bud? Because the last concentration check I saw you take was a 28.
I can pop back to the previous map and see if he still had it there. Nope.
There was like a 12 or something somewhere.
Oh, there it is. There it is. He failed it. It's at the very top of our chat right now. He rolled a 9.
Yeah. So, anyways, so I get to here, and I'm trying to play it cool.
Okay. And if that's the end of your turn, go ahead and hit your end turn button. All right. So the only one that hasn't gotten a chance to do this yet is Spectre. Spectre, D6, please.
Come on.
Nice.
Suck it, dragon.
So
He fumbles his breath attempt.
Yeah, he blows up.
Internal breath.
So as part of the module, it says, if Chuff is reduced to 78 hit points, he gets the F out. Pretty much. I'm paraphrasing a bit. So he is going to fly. He has an 80-foot fly speed. So he flies over the ridge, dashes 80 more feet, and is way the heck out of here. Okay, so I'm going to move that turn. Then I'm going to say, Gale, death save, please. Okay, and then we move to the top of the next round. And yeah, not much going on there. Kurtu, death save, please. Again, yep, perfect. You're all on ball. I love it. Okay, Spectre, your turn. You are now 8 squares off to the right.
Oh yeah, I am, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
look at
then
that.
I'm gonna triple dash. So, I get 24 squares, so I can go 16.
16. Yep, exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Running jump. 12, 13. 14, 15, 16. And then can I interact with object, get one of Armony's good berries out?
Yeah,
Is that
works.
a thing I can?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that makes sense. Yep.
You can just throw healing potions on people.
That's what I was about to say.
That's all I got.
All right, so then we move to Hugo's turn.
Okay. And the dragon's definitely looks like it's flying away.
You saw it fly like a bat out of hell and swoop down, and so yes, it looks to be gone.
There's gonna be so
Okay.
many fucking dragons coming at us for revenge, boys. 2 months down the line.
No, none of them are dying. All right, so
Rothgar got away. This guy got away.
Hugo's gonna run, jump across here as a dash, and I don't have a bonus action, but I'll get a good berry out as well.
Okay.
And that's the end of his turn.
Okay, so go ahead and pass your turn. We don't have to worry about that. Gale, death save, please. All right, and then we don't know what's going on with Zeno. Kurtu, death save, please. Okay. Spectre.
I'm gonna run to him and shove the good berry in his mouth.
All right, you managed to get up
Not
next to
gonna
him, squeeze the juice of the Harmony berry into Kurtu's mouth. Kurtu, feel free to tell us where you were at on your death saves.
I was not doing good, brother. I needed that.
He
Yeah,
was
I already
getting
failed
that
twice.
failed 2 of 3. So yeah, all right. So Kurtu will get 4 HP.
They're
back.
Kurtu rolls, of course, and they know where I was at.
All right, so 4 HP to Kurtu. He is now alive. Spectre, anything else you're doing right away?
That was movement and action, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was here, I think. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I think you were like here. Oh, not there. That's a cone. I think you were. Yeah, I think you have. What did you say? 8 squares?
30, 35. Yeah, I used my whole movement to get here.
Okay.
So, then I will dash as a bonus action, because I can do that. I didn't have to go prone to get the good berry in his mouth, right?
No.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. I think that was 25 actually, but who cares? I'm going to the edge, and I'm gonna look down and see if I can see Gale like floating in the water or some shit.
You do not. In fact, you see a deceptively serene emerald haze covering this pool water.
Okay. Do I see like it's how many turns ago did he fall?
Oh boy. Like 4-ish?
Can I like fucking 200 IQ try to triangulate from like the ripples on the pool if there's any ripples left after 20 something seconds?
I'm gonna say no.
where
I don't
he
think you're MacGyver, so I can't give you that one.
You told me I was the smart one last session, and it made me feel good all week, by the way. So it was worth a shot. Yeah.
Gale fell off the rope over there.
Thanks. I put it together, and then that's the end of my turn.
Swan dive.
All right, Hugo.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I had to interact with the. No, I had the berry in my hand.
Yep.
How many berries did she give us each?
I have 2.
Got
I have
2.
2.
2 sounds right.
Then can I interact with object, pull another berry out?
Yep.
Okay. Because I'm planning on diving in.
All right, Hugo, what do you got?
Hugo runs over to the rope and begins climbing down.
Okay, so you begin the slow descent down. And Gale, death save, please, if you're still making them.
So, yeah, did you make it public for a dramatic effect?
Is this the final one?
Yeah, this is it.
Let's do it.
Oh no.
Okay, 2 each.
Oh god,
boys.
here we go. Come on.
2 each.
Inspiration here.
Hey! So stabilized, but underwater. So,
He's got several minutes before he drowns.
well, if you're normally like a breathing person and you take a gulp of air in before you go under, yes. But unfortunately, he was.
I
knocked
totally
out.
did. Oh yeah, that's right.
All right, so let's
But
double check.
he's an elf.
Double check drowning rules.
Suffocating rules.
The winner Eladrin can breathe underwater.
Okay, so the rules on this are when a creature runs out of breath or is choking, so that's where we would be, it can survive a number of rounds equal to its constitution modifier. So what is your con mod, Gale?
Well, sadly, it's a 4.
Okay, so based on when you landed and started going under, I feel like you've got maybe a round left. I said 4, but I think it was probably 3. So you hit the water, you would start like suffocating immediately, right? As you're making death saves. So yeah, I guess what we'll say here is, Kurtu, is there anything you're gonna do that's gonna affect this?
I was thinking I can polymorph into like a dolphin or an octopus or an alligator or something like that and go try to save my buddy.
So you'd have to stand up from prone, run to the edge, swan dive down, see if that hurts you. Once you're in the water, then cast polymorph, right? And then start moving. I don't think that's going to get you there fast enough to do anything before the next round is up.
How far down the rope is Hugo at this point?
Probably 20 feet.
And the total top to bottom of the cliff?
So we said it was a 40-foot gap between the top to the tunnel mouth, and then it was, I believe it was 20 from the base up the slippery rocks to the tunnel mouth, so 60 to go from the top to the pool surface.
Is that within Kurtu's range of polymorph and Hugo? And then Hugo can swan dive? I'm just thinking out
Ooh,
loud.
yeah.
Because he has to stand up and...
Depends on what you polymorph him into, right? Because he's like on the rope, so if he doesn't have hands, then he's going to fall, and he wouldn't hit the water most likely, right? Because the rope is hanging down to the tunnel path, right?
Well...
You could certainly get creative, be like, hey, I'm getting ready to polymorph, you jump off, right? And then he could like try to basically let go and push off, kind of like Gale did. What do you guys think?
Trying to think out loud.
Kurtu's gonna say,
I can polymorph you into a dolphin! Jump!
No, I need the good berry. I need to feed him the good berry.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I can't do that as a dolphin.
there's some truth.
Well,
to
he's
that,
he's stabilized, right?
Well, you would
right,
have
he's
no
stabilized.
idea of that.
You
Keep
just-
in mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to just get into
What
the
happens? What happens when he runs out of? Can survive. So he's gonna die on his next round. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me double check. At the start, no, okay. So when a creature runs out of breath or to survive the number of rounds equals construct. At the start of its next turn, it drops to 0 hit points and is dying, and it can't regain hit points or be stabilized until it can breathe again. Yeah, so I assume die. Hang on.
He'd restart.
Yeah,
the death
dying would be
saves.
another set of death saves, right?
So yeah, death saves.
But you were already making death saves, right? So
But he's stabilized. So it
yeah,
goes back
but
to
this,
0.
would this
Come on,
be-
argue for me,
hang on,
guys.
hang on,
Come
hang
on, you
Would
got
this
this.
be
trying
a
my best.
cycle, right?
Trying my best.
Would this be a cycle, right, where like you stabilize and then you start dying again, and then you stabilize? Like that seems kind of ridiculous.
Well, I woke up in the.
But remember, stabilize is still unconscious, right? So you're not conscious, so you can't breathe. So,
It's a tough one, yeah.
I think I'm
It's
gonna
a
have to
tough
say
one.
this one is once you run out of oxygen completely, and you've already made your set of death saves, then the next thing would just be death. So basically, yeah, if you guys can get to him this round and get him out of the water, then he'd be okay.
Hugo's gonna try to dive bomb for him, but we can't see him yet, even.
Right. So
No, I'm
Kurtu, I
dead.
know we're kind of like stuck in the middle here, but what are you thinking? What's going to be your action?
My
Love it.
action is if any of these fools, excuse me, my comrades jump, I'm going to turn one of them into a killer whale.
Okay. All right, that takes Belly Smacker to a whole new level.
Well, it's what I got.
All right, so you have essentially pre-casted Polymorph, and you're looking and seeing if anybody jumps.
Yep, that's fair enough.
Okay, so then Spectre.
You said it's 60 feet down?
Yes.
Do I think... Okay, let's map this out. If I were to do a running jump, looking down at the base of the waterfall, do I see, like, jagged fucking rocks down there? Or does this look like a deep pool of water that I'm diving into?
As long as you don't land right next to the waterfall, you think it's going to be deep enough. But remember, there's this emerald haze across the top, so it's hard to say.
She would try to save Gale's life. She owes her life to Gale. So I'm gonna back up. How close am I to the edge right now?
You're at the edge.
Okay.
I mean, you could
I'm
run
gonna-
10 feet south and then do like a kind of side jump if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm jumping and swan diving into the water.
Okay, so you run 10 feet, jump, you're going to fall immediately, you're going to hit the water and go in. So first what I'm going to ask for is a blind check here. It turns
Did the
out...
polymorph go off?
It should, because he said as soon as I jump.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kurtu, yeah, let's confirm that. You're polymorphing Spectre as she goes over.
Yeah, but I did it a little too early. She landed in the rocks.
No, just kidding.
I flipped her two off.
So you said killer whale, is that what I heard, Kurtu?
Well,
Yeah, I
I'm
got
just
stat block.
I'm just thinking of Dolphin may be a little bit better because I think they've got that sonic, talking there, right?
Killer
not-
whales.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
At least in
Killer,
real life. I don't know
Killer
about
whale. There you
PvP
go.
stat block.
Killer whale. Yep.
Fucking cats can't see in the dark. Riddle me that.
Okay, killer whale. So you've got echolocation as a killer whale, and you can hold your breath for 30 minutes. Okay, so what I will say then is, all right, so you jump off. As you're in the air, Kurtu hits you with a polymorph. Kurtu, what's the range on polymorph? At least 60, right?
60.
Yep, okay, so that'll work. You turn into a killer whale, but then obviously you smash right into the water. So that's
I am
going to hurt.
swan diving, so
As
you
a
know.
killer whale,
I've seen him. I've seen
I'm
him.
killer whale diving.
Yeah.
I
whales
don't
have
think
a lot of
any
hit
killer
points,
whale
I'll be
has
fine.
ever taken a 90-foot dive. Let's be real.
They're
well,
great
White
white sharks
sharks
about it.
jump up and out of the water all the time.
They do, but
Yeah,
that's
but
when they're
not
coming from
90
in the
feet.
water to out of the water. So,
Hey.
If killer whales jump 90 feet in the air, could you imagine how freaked out that would make people?
I didn't
Seals would be
say
screwed.
they jumped 90 feet, but
I,
just-
you know.
I gave
wanna
him.
see
I
if
gave him
this
a
is
rating
like
of
a-
6 on his flopping swim.
I want to see if this is like an explosion of flesh before we even get anywhere. So what I will say is, again, you are huge size as a killer whale. You're dropping, let's say, 50 feet, right? Because by the time Kurtu hits it as you're jumping off. So, let's see, 50 feet, so that's going to be 5d6. So go ahead and roll that, Spectre. Okay, and then this is going to be totally ad hoc. It's not going to matter, but because you're huge, I'm going to say we're going to double that. So it's 26 points of damage. That leaves you with 64-ish, somewhere in that realm. You hit the water now. You go under the water. You have a 60-foot swim speed.
And you see a dragon.
But the key here is, because you're underwater as a killer whale, you have a 120-foot blind sight. So you are able to spot Gale immediately at the bottom. You don't see any air bubbles escaping.
That's fine. Do I have any movement left?
Yes, because falling, I'm going to say, is not your movement. So basically just take 10 off. You've got 50 feet. So realistically, this is all theater of the mind at this point. So I think we got to put this to a die roll. But I think what you're basically trying to do is go down, grab in your mouth, and just take them up, right?
That is what I was going to say.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think you'd have pretty good odds with perfect blind sight and with the speed that you have. So I'm going to say...
I get a lot of momentum from the dive.
I think you might be a little bit knocked unconscious from the dive, but we'll ignore that part. But okay,
HP.
so I think we're gonna give you, say, how about 80% chance that you're successful? I feel like that's fair. So pick basically high or low, and then roll a D100. If you pick high, you want 21 or higher. And if you pick low, you want 1 to 20. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna.
You know what I mean. 1 to 80 is good,
Yeah.
or yeah.
Come
got
on,
you.
bro.
I'm gonna.
This is the
can I-
biggest roll of the night.
Can I
Come
hero
on.
point it?
Minus
a
the negative hero
D100?
point?
Sure, yeah, I'll let you do it.
Nah. It's not gonna matter. I want high, so 21 or better.
21 or better. A D100.
34.
Okay.
I get him.
So you manage to swim down, grab him in your mouth, pull him to the top, and shake him a bit. And he is clearly unconscious, but you can see all this water just like pours out of his lungs, and you hear a bit of coughing as you have successfully saved Gale.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Spit him up onto
Great
the.
plan.
That was
Right.
easy.
Can I spit him up onto the surface?
You can, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Fuck this. I want to go take a fucking shower after this. I'm sweating bullets. We're 5 minutes early. This feels like a good stopping point.
Well, and now the elves come out and start shooting bows.
We chased off the dragon.
So basically, think of yourselves as looking down. Gale is like probably thrown over here off of the side of the pool. Spectre's a whale here, and the rest of you guys are up top. But yes, very epic scenario and session here today, guys. I think you guys sort of hit the nail on the head with the this whole place can be alerted, and that's essentially what you guys did. You guys chose to play it on hard mode. Unintendedly so, of course. But
One drunk person chose that for us, to be fair.
so we will pick up next week and continue.
And he
on
died
with
for
this.
his decision making too.
So give me an idea, though, of what your intention is here. Is your intention to try to sneak a short rest somewhere and then push in, if at anything else, to figure out the fate of Zeno and then try to recover Rasmus's body? Are you saying F this or out? Like, give me an idea what you're thinking.
Obviously, I'm unconscious, but as a contributor, as a group, I would say maybe
we would stuff
can...
a good berry in your mouth like immediately.
Okay, yeah, all right. So then, I'll give myself 4 hit points, but I don't know. I say we maybe sneak in a short rest and try to get Narenvain's body. Like we killed the dude.
Yeah, get the loot.
We gotta get Zeno back too. I mean,
Well,
we can't just
yeah.
leave
just-
him here.
There's just hang on, guys. Like, I'm dead, but I'm just gonna remind you from the grave that cave is still full of giants and cultists and elves. So
We
be careful.
killed like 10 some odd cultists, 1 giant. The
Yeah,
elves.
on the map right now, I'm looking
Only
at
half
2 giants.
How many spell slots do you guys have left, Hugo Kurtu? And we are
I-
probably
I-
getting Harmony back next week, remember.
Yeah, I have 1 level 4, a couple level 3s, and the rest are fine. I mean, I don't have any
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
I have a couple level 3s. A couple fireballs. Or a haste. I think
we get the
we
short
gotta
rest.
get the loot. We gotta get the loot.
Yeah, I think if we get the short rest in, we can go back in. I think
I
we should
do-
have enough resources.
So
I do.
just so you know, the fighter's at full strength and a short rest.
Yeah.
Well, and I do kind of wonder what my turtle lady's going to give us. Right?
Your turtle lady is
Would
guaranteed
suffocate.
dead.
Yeah.
Right. Within 1 minute, the air, or 10 minutes, I think it is, the air runs out. But she's been in there, and yeah, she can't really do anything. As far as timing goes, you'd probably know this, so unless you intentionally want to release her,
Nope.
okay, then we can assume 10 minutes has already passed, and she's dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
keep
yeah,
her in
no,
there
I-
because my new guy will take her armor.
Well, I know she's dead. I was hoping for that. I was just
Oh.
wondering what kind of loot we may get
I
from
gotcha.
her.
I totally missed that. Okay, my bad. So yeah, you could certainly shake her out and then loot her if that's your hope.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so it sounds like you guys are probably leaning towards short rest and then come back in.
Yeah, can we
Yeah.
retreat to the same point we took the other short rest? It went by
Yes.
uneventfully? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. So obviously 1 hour will pass between that and when you guys are coming back in. So what you see exactly on the screen, of course, is not necessarily going to be exactly what you see, but we will see how that goes next week then, guys. So yeah, very epic session. It was crazy, a lot of moving parts in there. So hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll pick up next week, see what else is inside of here, and once you guys resolve what is in here and perhaps any next steps, see what else the adventure holds for us. So great session.
Huzzah.
Yeah, have a great night, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
I
That
was
awesome.
expecting a TPK, so
Yeah.
I'm very pleased with this outcome.
Yeah, only
Enjoy,
one death.
folks.
That's a win.
It was definitely close, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good
Good
night.
night, everyone.
Peace out.